And welcome back to episode 146 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Green and Silver, Poms and Spanks.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on, Clifford? Mr. Fumble on the play with his controller. Mr. 0-3 in real life and on fantasy. Wow. Delay of the game on the podcast. Had to get your
food set up. He coming at me. Okay.
How we do it? I had him on a post-it note tonight, so I went
see you. These is off top. You got you right. Written.
Right.
You a biter, not a writer.
I'm a ghost writer.
We got the squad in the building. We got the beautiful Britt Dawson.
Hello.
My guy Q McLeod. And we got OG Mike Brown. What's happening with y'all tonight?
You left Les out.
You left Les out.
Oh, I did leave Les out.
You leave Les out.
Oh, man.
I left Les out. What the fuck is going on with my dirty bird?
Hey. So we doing the dirty thing. We doing the dirty thing, man. We doing well.
Shit.
And Les ain't frying no chicken. He just
right
in his regular spot. I ain't seen this in forever.
Yeah, last time I chef it up. Yeah, my bad. Mm-hmm. I'll be around, man. You know.
But of course, we here to talk football. Let's get into it. Where we want to start?
Shit.
You can start, and it's a lot of places to start.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about that Denver situation.
No, we need to. I want to give. Actually real quick before we get into
ladies first. Let's let.
I want to give Quentin. I want to give your team props. I think that they can go the distance. I don't know if they gonna get the ring, but they definitely, as of week 3, have the potential to be in the Super Bowl at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate
and
that.
It's funny you say that because they released the new power rankings and Philly's number 3 on there. Should even be kind of number 2 because they still they got you behind Buffalo. But I kind of agree with that though, just because I feel like Buffalo has been more proven. And Miami people are still, although y'all have been fighting it out, they're still like, is it real though? You know what I mean? Like, is this real? Mm-hmm. Now, if we in mid-season and y'all still doing this and motherfuckers know it's real, I have a good feeling that it is. But they got Philly at number 1 currently, which I thought was kind of weird.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that was.
I don't want them to have that pressure. I feel like they're doing really well without that pressure, and Jalen Hurts is pretty young. I don't want him to have that number 1 pressure. I think he does better as an underdog.
Chris popping in. I don't know if I
The only reason, which I agree with Britt with the whole pressure. The only thing I'll say is, and we talked about this before the season started. I think Philly has one of the easiest, if not the easiest, schedule in the league. Right. It's us and somebody else. I don't remember
third. I think y'all
like second or third easiest.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to discredit my team. I'm not trying to do that, but yeah, I think it's a little too soon to be putting them at number 1 per se. But
well, see, the thing about the Eagles though is regardless of if you're going to put that pressure on them, I don't know that that affects them as drastically as other teams, just for the simple fact that they have familiarity on offense. You know what I mean? He has his boy Devontae Smith. He has A.J. Brown. He has people that he's familiar with. So when it does come down to it,
chemistry.
Right. You know what I mean? You can kind of go in autopilot in certain plays and you'll still make something happen because we have history with each other.
Yeah.
That's one thing that does help the Eagles out. What were you about to say, CT?
Yeah, they still got Kelsey leading up the front line too. So yeah, that's the big part.
Right. And he's a great veteran to have in offense on the offense.
Probably his last year. It's probably he was going to retire last year, so this is probably going to be his last.
But say he looked like he's having his best years.
I feel like he's still got a couple years.
Hell no. He kind of a side note. The
all pro.
Yeah, he is all pro still, but he was going to retire last year, and the coach had made a bribe and got him like a beer keg. And
I remember that.
Remember me talking about that? That was his way, and he accepted it and said he'll come back. So,
how old is he?
Hey Siri, how old is Jason Kelsey?
He's like 34.
You say who?
I was thinking 33.
Who?
34.
34.
34.
That's a good age to retire as a lineman. He did about 13.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought y'all said Travis Kelsey. That's all. No.
I mean, that's his brother, of course, little brother. But yeah, Jason's the offensive lineman, center on the Eagles, all pro.
He probably made $100
million.
I
honestly think power rankings wise, I feel like the Bills should still be number one.
Hell no.
As of right now, like I do feel like they are still the best team overall.
Right.
So,
I mean, look like the Packers last year. They look like the Packers last year, kind of.
Right.
One dude.
Listen, go ahead.
I just want to say real quick, I can't say that after they just lost to Miami. And that's not no knock to Miami, because I do think Miami's a good team this year. But I'm just saying, you're supposed to beat them technically on paper. I think we can all agree that technically on paper, they're supposed to beat Miami.
I don't know.
And
no, I don't. I didn't feel that way. I picked Miami to win.
I mean, I picked Buffalo because it's Buffalo, right? But the whole reason why I say I don't know is because this is the first time we have this Dolphins team. So if we comparing paper to paper, we don't know what it pans up like. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't like Buffalo going up against last year's Miami team. They added Tyreek Hill and some.
Didn't they lose last year? I'm about to say, didn't they lose last year?
Yeah, they lost last year. But that's another reason how me and Q, we was talking off podcast. That's why you got Waddle with so many with his stats he's getting right now.
Yep.
He's the one leading in touchdowns and yards and shit. Everybody's keying in on Tyreek, and you can't do that with multiple people. It's always going to be one. That's the same reason Devontae Adams only has 12 yards, 58 yards a game, and then you look at Mac Hollins coming out with 185 off 8 receptions. It's like, yeah, if you keying in on that guy, you expect your second man up to be the...
So I know it's just a video game, but according to the Madden analytics, Madden ratings, they have the Dolphins at an 83 overall and the Bills at an 89.
Wow.
That's a...
They got what? They got who at 89?
They have the Bills at 89, which is the second best, team on the game, and then they have the Dolphins at an 83.
Yeah, that's a large drop. Who's
won? Who got a 90 rating?
They have the Buccaneers at 92.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
this is not updated.
Yeah,
right?
This is probably.
this is before.
But did they not update it since preseason? Because the Bucs was never number one.
Well, their defense is ranked high.
That's why they got him. Yep. And Brady, he's like 90 something. So yeah. They was number one last year too. I don't know why.
That's why I said on paper. Yeah.
Madden's bogus though. Anyway, we seen they wide receiver list. They top 10 wide receivers. Is bogus. Madden, the people they
right.
No, are you serious? Oh, I thought you were talking about the Bucs wide receiver. I'm like, nah, they got some fire.
No, I'm talking about the Madden's list of the top 10 wide receivers. Like, they don't have no fucking. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
They got Ocho Cinco doing the grades.
right. Like, who do they have doing that shit? Not a Bucs is number one. Since when? 2020? Since when?
Right.
Bucs
they still got them.
Line. They struggling. They
on paper, it sounds good.
You know what? I was looking at the injury reports. It's a lot of teams with a lot of players injured right now. Shit, and Miami is definitely one of them. Every other nigga on your squad is questionable.
You gotta win with defense. You gotta win with defense.
Hey man, that's every week, man. That's what happened when. That's what happened when you go to practice, man. You get questioned. You know what I'm saying?
Xavier Howard's struggling with a groin injury.
Jalen
Waddle struggling with a groin injury. Tyreek Hill has a knee injury.
Overworked.
So especially if you play that Thursday night game, you definitely questionable.
Xavier was hurt last week and he played Sunday. Too. So I mean, you know,
you got to take them 3 days of rest.
It's just an injury report all week. Every time you go for treatment, they need to know why.
Yeah, because there were only a certain amount of people that they said actually out or gave them the
hell, two are questionable.
Right.
You know,
Tua took a lick though. He popped his neck back. He hit that head on that turf.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he was woozy.
Yeah,
he got like
they been complaining about that turf though. You see,
what about it?
Shepard got hurt at the end of the game on Monday night. They talking about getting rid of. They talking about bringing grass back.
Right.
And that turf, I used to hate playing on turf.
I hated playing on turf too.
We don't have no turf in Miami though. That grass.
That's what they. Yeah, they said a few of them arenas got grass. That's why they said that Buccaneers trying to pick arena to play at Sunday because they ain't trying to play on no turf field. They said they want to grass.
Niggas are so fucking soft nowadays, though.
That ain't nothing but Brady.
They are so fucking soft. These niggas are so soft nowadays.
That ain't nothing but Brady. That's them protecting Brady. You said the Bucks, right?
No, everybody. Everybody, ain't it? He was talking about the Bucks. They're
specifically
right, but everybody up.
Arizona got grass. Arizona got grass out here, and they was like, make it to where Arizona they roll out the grass out here in the desert. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to get every team to go back to grass.
Yeah,
but that's the only thing. Arizona got the weather. Arizona got the weather for the grass. So
Arizona ain't got no damn grass.
I say it's turf out here. My backyard turf out here.
They grass would be that brown yellow
on fire. It should be on fire.
You wouldn't even be able to line it with the chalk because it would blend right into the grass color.
Hell yeah, it's straight turf out this way.
Yeah, what would you do? What could you do?
Nothing.
Odell was the one saying something about it though. You know, he tore his ACL and stuff a couple times. Odell was the one really speaking up about it.
I don't care. I still feel the same way. Motherfuckers is soft.
That is true though. They are soft.
With turf. How long has turf been around? And all of a sudden in 2022, we like, oh, it's too hard. When I fall,
since
I
the
hit
first dome.
What are they calling it now? The player movement or
that
player?
Shit is weird, man. Like, that's weird. And then you wonder why motherfuckers' injury lists are 10 men long. Because y'all are soft as shit.
Man.
Like, they pay y'all too much money to be that soft. I don't care.
That's passionate.
I agree.
That's ridiculous.
That's why the old heads be on their ass. He's like, we was in the grass. We came out the mud. Y'all can't even play on turf. You know what I'm saying? They trying to protect y'all the best way they can.
And then they come back like, but we run faster now. We're bigger and stronger. So we need. Are you?
They are.
Fuck.
They are.
We're more
shouldn't be whining about turf.
But they are very sensitive.
God damn, that shit is just weird.
Especially living in LA, you bitching about playing on turf.
Right. It's just the climate we live in that I don't know.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know. Back in the day, like let's be honest. Back in the day, like 90s football, you can even say early 2000s football. Do you know of a player that would actually come out their mouth and say some soft ass shit like that?
Nah.
Like I can't even think of somebody that would just be like that would say some shit like that.
Well,
you play where you play.
I think like now though it's so different because of like social media. People get to make statements and someone sees it. So it's like almost like people think that other people care about what they say. You get what I'm saying? Like,
no, I follow.
If Odell tweets,
and then try to throw
he knows that there's going to be thousands of people that are going to read what he said, whether it's important or not. So yeah, they, I feel like back in the day, in the 90s, when you didn't have that option, you would just get blown off. Like, no one cares. Keep playing. Now it's like
your fellow athletes would be like, why would you say some soft ass shit like that? Now you got motherfuckers that are like, yeah, we need a raise too, and help us put some cushions in our helmet, and like
they do need the cushions in the helmet now. They definitely need.
They got them, don't they?
Next thing you know,
got them now.
Next thing you know, motherfuckers is gonna be playing football in VR.
But
Sure.
Oh, you can. I told you.
No, I mean like that's how the pro athletes are gonna be in VR costumes doing their thing so they can't get injured. And they're gonna be whining about the straps. Well, they hurt my ears when I pull it.
I'm sure that's where it's headed. And then I'm sure that it'll be a complete game changer because it's gonna be the fattest motherfucker. Gonna be the greatest wide receiver.
Right. Man, I don't get it, man. I remember playing football. You used to play football in the street.
Yeah.
You grew up dreaming about
throw that
getting
bitch
to the
in the air
NFL,
and just hitting
motherfuckers on concrete. And now you whining about AstroTurf? I don't get it.
Let's
get into some stats shit.
Yeah.
Man. I guess while I'm hot, let's jump into these Raiders, man, because Derek Carr is just...
Oh, my God. Can we just... Listen, y'all fucking suck. Like, you guys suck so bad. I'm like, there's no reason for you guys to be performing the way you're performing. Derek Carr has to go.
Has to go.
He has to
go.
Has to go.
I agree.
Has to go. Like, there's no other option. You have to get rid of this man.
He is the common
they
denominator.
Run the ball more. I'm sick of they don't run the ball for me. I'll be like, they run game work and they stop doing it.
Man, feed my man.
Well, Josh Jacobs, I feel like you can't.
They don't give him enough carries, man. Let him get 20 plus carries like he used to. And
12 carries.
I feel like what it is they don't incorporate the run in between enough. You know what I mean? Like, most people will run the ball to bring the defense up to prepare for the pass, where it feels like the Raiders run, pass, run, pass. Like, it's like a motherfucker that eats dinner and eats each side one by one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't eat it all at the same time. Like, you gotta...
It don't touch.
Right. You gotta incorporate it all together in order to get it to work out for you, and I don't see them doing that enough. And I don't feel like you giving Zamir White enough carries. I know he's had like some nagging injuries, but you can't put everything on Josh Jacobs. And you don't want to pay him too, and you're going to put everything on him? Nah, use that rookie that you got so much faith in.
My thing is too, have they ever had a game plan like where they're coming out and they're basically running the ball? Like, we're getting ready to run it down their throats type of deal. I know you guys can't stop Jacobs. Like, has that ever been part of like their game plan?
They don't give him the chance to. They give him really. 12 carries.
I think that's where the mistake is.
Carries bullshit.
That first year, they were running him a little bit more. His rookie year.
Exactly. That's a Jacobs I remember. I'll be seeing Griffin flashes too.
Then he got hurt.
About 15. He's gonna go back to the pass.
Right. Right. And I feel like that would definitely help out if they incorporated the run and the pass, because Carr needs the element of surprise. He needs all, he needs all the little help that he can get. So if you can get a little play action play because you ran, 2 run plays in a row to get him some open yardage, that's good yards for Carr. Because if they know the pass is coming, I'm sitting on the sideline waiting for the INT.
So they don't bring the safeties down at all. They just play the safeties back. You play Devontae side. You play over Waller. And that's how they play.
You could play zone on Derek all day.
You sure could. Hey. He would throw 2-3 interceptions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He did run for a third down last time. I was like, look at Derek run for that 6 yards.
He'll scoot like 3-4 times a year. But he's not. But my whole thing is just to prove how bad his decision making is. That last play of the game where they had the chance to tie it up with that 2-point conversion and he threw the pass to Waller. Mm-hmm. He was surrounded by 3 different DBs when he threw that ball. 2 out of the 3 DBs touched the ball. It was tipped, then almost intercepted by the next man. How the fuck do you throw a pass where 2 DBs touch it before it even makes it to your receiver? And this is for the last play of the game. The winning, this is to keep you in the game.
That's some Kirk Cousins shit.
I mean, you're right. It definitely isn't no A+ quarterback shit. No quarterback that you got put a franchise behind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're going to get rid of Carr. And then after that, I changed my mind. Davante Adams is not going to stay. He's going to ask for a trade. He's going to want to leave. He ain't going
to want to leave. He's like they said, this is a year for quarterbacks. So hopefully we can get a young rookie quarterback, that's ready to go already. And we'll be good to go. Somebody get the ball to all them guys. He's got a lot of weapons. There ain't no more excuses for him, man.
Right.
Davante Adams is a 30-year-old wide receiver in the NFL. Okay.
Well, he still got 4 good years.
We're not talking about a 22-year-old, a 23-year-old. He's a guy that needs to win now. Okay. So when you're talking about, he'll want to stay around, we'll draft the guy, that's going to take time, Michael. That's going to take chemistry. That's going to take reps. That's going to take a whole lot. By that point, Davante Adams is what, 32, 33 years old? If that's the case, he can't do that.
Sometimes that shit don't even work. It don't even work sometimes. So
he can't do that. He's not going to want to stay in Vegas at that point. He already came out, according to NFL.com, this is about 2 or 3 days ago, and he said he's highly frustrated at currently what's happening right now with his team.
I told you that was going to happen exactly. I told you that was going to happen.
He ain't used to that, though. Let's be honest, y'all. Davante Adams ain't used to that. He had an MVP in Aaron Rodgers. They made it to the playoffs typically. I'm not used to this kind of.
I mean, that's on you, motherfucker, because you the guy who came over talking about Derek Carr is just as good as Aaron Rodgers.
It's my life.
He had to say that.
It's all my life.
He had to say that.
Yeah, he did.
Come on,
man. That's your boy. That's your boy.
Man,
that's right. He's my boy.
Fuck that. I'd have kept it a buck. Like, listen, my nigga ain't no AR, but I know I can get it done with him.
But you know that, in front of the press and being in his situation, you can't say that publicly. You might say that to your
truth. No, it's the truth. And even Derek Carr knows he's not on Aaron Rodgers' level. There's not a person in this interview room that believes Derek Carr is on Aaron Rodgers' level. So why would I then be like, he's just as good? No, he's not on his level. Let's be honest. Aaron Rodgers is a great. He's out there battling the greatest to ever do it year in and year out. Derek Carr is no Aaron Rodgers. But he is a friend of mine, and we have good chemistry. I do believe we can make something nice happen in Vegas. That's all you had to say. And you're not hurting nobody's feelings. You're bigging up Aaron Rodgers, and you're telling,
But that's his best friend.
I don't think he can say that, but I think he could have, avoided answering avoided the question.
I plead the fifth.
Directly. He could have been like, you know what? My chemistry with, like you said, my chemistry with Carr is so much greater than when I was in Green Bay. Then he's not really saying, he's not saying that he's a better quarterback. So, there was a way to word it, but he did. He said what he said, and now he's going to have, to me, I'm surprised he didn't know that he was walking into that situation. Like, I hope he didn't think, we're Super Bowl contenders now.
I don't care how close of friends we are. I'm not joining Malcolm's basketball team. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Malcolm's like, I got a basketball team.
How would you know? I would even want you to join. How would you know that you would even be in one of my selections?
I'm just saying.
You can ball if you want to,
I'm calling CT.
If it's not a good fit for me, I'm not doing it. I don't care how cool we are. Not good fit. I'm not interested.
If them M's come in the picture, though, that's a different story.
No, you right about that. I lose with Malcolm every year if there's family members.
Oh, God.
Because didn't Green Bay offer him the same amount?
You be like, Malcolm, let's go to the
no,
casino after this fucking. We already lost. Let's go.
But I'm saying, didn't Green Bay offer him exactly what he got from the Raiders?
Either that or a little less.
Yeah,
it wasn't more
because they franchise tagged him that year, and he said he wasn't going to play under the franchise tag. Was when he started accepting terms from everybody else.
I thought they offered him the same. They offered him the same thing, same amount of money, but he wanted to he wanted to go back to the West Coast.
But I'm saying though, why is so bad he gassing Derek Carr though?
Well, that's his boy.
You know what I'm saying? Tyreek gassed Tua. Tyreek gassed Tua.
He did gas Tua. He sure did actually. He did. He's like, I think he's right up there.
And what Tua did? He came out of training camp, went through preseason.
So first time
team captain. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you think the more you beat the quarterback's ears up, the better he throws the balls? What you saying?
No, I'm saying like if you are arguably one of the best wide receivers in the league, and this guy has to throw you the ball, you need to gas his ass up. He putting himself in the trash. Devontae ain't got to say shit.
I don't know. I feel like certain people you can gas up the fuck up.
Like, no, Derek Carr been fucking up. He the same Derek Carr.
Right, so I don't know if I want to gas you up to just be slanging that motherfucker. You already questionable.
But you one of the best receivers in the league. You got to say something about the dude throwing you the ball because you chose to come there. Fuck that best friend shit. I want to hear about the game.
You say I'm excited to have him throw me the ball. You keep it very
fuck all that. I ain't excited for him to throw shit. We can do that at home.
Hey, Cliff.
What's up?
Hey, what'd he say? Hey, roll the clip. This is the part of the show where he rolled a clip.
Right. I wish I could.
Too Fast, Too Furious. He's like, Ejectocito, cuz.
That nigga stupid.
I love this button.
Listen.
Hey, he got to feel some way, though, because I know he see Aaron Rodgers winning without him, too. You know what I'm saying? With less pieces.
Yeah, you know that I'm glad you said that because that brings me back to Malcolm's point where he said that Davante Adams doesn't stay. I mean, he definitely has to play out his contract. The question is, what do you do after that?
Does he have to play it out?
Yeah,
it's a lot more easier in the NFL to force the trade than it is.
There's been too many trades to too many places right now. You may be able to find an NFC team that hasn't emptied the bank, but a lot of teams emptied the bank this year. The whole AFC West emptied the bank. Eagles emptied the bank. There's a lot of teams that.
But where would he go?
Bank. That's what I'm saying. So you got to now look at the teams that did not empty their bank. Are they good enough? Are they worth me leaving where I'm at to go to this team?
No,
because all those teams are trash teams. If I'm being honest,
it's a lot of teams worth leaving.
New England, we need it. You know how we bring old receivers in New England. We need a guy in New England right now.
I could see that actually. I could see that.
They spend too much.
I don't see it.
New England always gets old receivers.
He could go. Hey.
Randy Moss.
That's people that are focused on winning. Randy Moss wanted to win. Devontae Adams doesn't want to
Chargers. But I don't see that happening.
Does they have the cap space for that though?
You always can create cap.
Only way he gets to the Chargers
is brought in Mac.
Yeah, if he goes to the Bears first.
They'd have to do Chargers. There's too many people. Because the problem with cap space is, okay, you have dead cap. So let's go over the Khalil Mack situation. Khalil Mack went from here to here to here to here. Somebody got to eat this cost the whole way there. So he went to Chicago. Then he left over here to go here and there. Bro, you're carrying dead money. So that's going to get your salary cap for the next year and the next year and 3 years from now. So then now when it's time to sign your whoever, they say Justin Fields, whoever, you ain't got no bread for him. The most you give is 120, 130. You ain't got no bread for him. You broke.
Well, that's not always the case because when Philly had Carson Wentz in his contract, I mean, we had him in a very, very large contract. And that's why part of the reason why they wouldn't get rid of him for a while. Man, they shipped him off and took the L on that money.
Well, they can do Carr the same way. They won't take a hit if they get rid of him at the beginning of the year next season. So
I don't know why they gotta get rid of that man. You have to get rid of that man.
I know.
Are y'all prepared for them possibly not getting rid of him?
Listen,
Like,
I don't
surprise?
Listen, I already
You
said
can
it.
only do so. You can only do so much with Jason Stidham. I mean, Stidham.
I still rather see Stidham in there than Carr.
Yeah, he knows Josh Daniels.
That's what I was about to say.
Too.
At least you and Josh, fuck Devontae and Carr, my coach and my quarterback have chemistry. Much rather have that chemistry than a quarterback wide receiver chemistry.
Yeah,
because
just like that Cooper Rush situation in Dallas.
You said what?
That Cooper Rush relationship in Dallas is working without Dak Prescott. I didn't think that was gonna work, but yeah, I see you go with the backup for a little bit, see how that works.
You got to. You have to make a statement that you're not cutting it. Make some changes if you want to keep your spot. You can't just give this motherfucker the spot just because of his name.
You guys are in the AFC West, so 0-3 ain't a bad spot at this point in the season. It's gonna be some tough battles. There's some tough battles ahead for every team in your division.
But only bad thing about it is because we're in the AFC West, our next two games are AFC West games. So we got the Broncos, Chiefs.
So put Stidham out there.
So the only way we get a win out of those two games is if we hit Russ hard enough that, you know, his shaky ass doesn't. Because that's the battle of shaky quarterbacks, the Broncos versus the Raiders.
Well, your defensive line got to show up.
That's the battle of the shaky quarterback.
Our defensive coordinators knew, you know. I was mentioning something about Brian Graham. He was he's a defensive coordinator for Las Vegas, and he's supposed to be pretty good. So let's see how it works out.
I can't tell from the games, bull, because the defense has been blowing coverage.
Yeah,
I can't blame. Can't blame that on the coordinator though. After 3 games, y'all still doing the same stuff, man. Ain't no pressure by the D line, and
why
it
can't
seemed
you blame that on the coordinator?
I mean, y'all Raider fans, y'all could do that. I'm not. I'm looking at what I'm looking on the field, like, bruh. If I'm making this money and I'm looking like a dumbass on TV, like, I'm gonna make a decision or two for myself.
Well, we also
and those decisions ain't coming. You know what I mean?
We got 2 of our starting cornerbacks out too now. Nate Hobbs and what's the dude's name? The with like the Muslim sounding name.
Akbar.
Hey, y'all got
y'all
still got Casey Hayward.
Let me see. I'm gonna look it up.
Put an M on
it. Hold on. Let me see.
What's the excuse for the D line then?
I mean, at the end of the day, the Raiders suck. So what are we talking about? Move on. I mean,
okay. Listen, I already know.
So we got bad play calling on defense, and then we got bad play calling with the Broncos on offense. It should be a good game.
It's gonna be ugly.
That's gonna be a tie.
It's gonna be what?
It's gonna be a fucking tie.
It's just gonna be a tie.
Now that might be the one he called. That game you might be right.
Listen, I feel like if the Raiders go into it with the game plan of let's outscore them, you know what I'm saying? Defense ain't got to be that great, but let's just outscore them because they haven't been doing well scoring the ball. They got a good chance of actually winning.
Run the ball.
The Broncos defense ain't been getting up to like 9 points, so they defense looking solid. Their offense though looking.
Jerry Jeudy ain't got ankles. That's why.
He ain't got no ankles.
Jerry Jeudy ain't
can't catch. He ain't got no hands either.
Catch. Your boy Fake don't get the ball. Like, bro, there's a lot of problems
here. Fake play for Seattle.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. He need to come to Denver.
Yeah, they traded him when they got Russell.
That was dumb. That was terrible.
Not really.
Who they trade?
Rock Ya-Sin.
The tight end.
That's what I was talking about, Mike.
That's the quarterback.
Oh, okay.
For the Raiders, Rock Ya-Sin.
Yeah, he got drafted first round. That boy
he hurt and Nate Hobbs hurt.
And the whole team should just go ahead and pretend to be hurt. Like, it's gonna be the same result. It's gonna be the same result. Listen, if y'all don't win these next 2 games, y'all 0-5.
Right.
Yeah, we ain't going to the playoffs this year.
It's a wrap. If y'all go 0-5, listen, it's going to be all types of injuries. I guarantee you Devontae Adams will have some type of injury come game 5. If y'all, matter of fact, if y'all win just one of the next 2, the injuries are coming. And they ain't even going to be
bringing
week 6.
I agree, though. I agree. You are absolutely correct, Britt.
Bringing COVID back.
1 and 4.
Adams has to fake
is going to cause injuries to start rolling on through season-ending injuries.
Adams has to fake an injury.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Save face.
He has to be the first one to fake an injury.
Now he'll get COVID,
and I wouldn't even be mad at him.
Just say he got COVID.
Niggas ain't respecting COVID no more. You seen they cut it down from 14 days to 7 to 5. Now they like, if you don't got symptoms, come into work, motherfucking shit.
Just go ahead and play with the COVID.
Hey, say I got monkeypox, cuz.
Listen, nah, they'd be checking for that. They like, show up to the front door and let me see. Don't come in that motherfucker. Just show up to the front door and I'm gonna crack that and check you out. Nah,
it's very disappointing. It's hard to watch. I told you guys in the chat. Like I don't even. We're talking about him right now.
I'm not upset though. I'm not upset. Like I said it, and I've said it a million times. I wanted, if Carr was not gonna do well this year, I wanted him to absolutely blow the season, and I wanted Marcus Mariota to do great in Atlanta, just so it, like, whoever made that move can get fired. I want them fired. I want them out of the front office. Like, you can't be that dumb to go with Carr and have Mariota on your bench and not give him a shot, then release him to Atlanta before you ever gave him 15 minutes on the field to see what he could do.
And that's that's to me, that's the scary part, because it means like they're so tied to Carr.
Right.
Even if you guys do start 0-5, they might let him come back next year.
I think Josh.
No, he's gone.
I think Josh McDaniels is a different beast. I think Carr was Gruden's guy, and Josh is in here like, listen, this is my coaching name on the line. I'm not about to do that with this motherfucker. This was Gruden's motherfucker. This wasn't mine.
But did he come in before Gruden?
Who?
Yeah.
Carr?
Yeah, but Gruden was a Carr fan.
Somebody in the back office. That's somebody in the back office.
Nah, Gruden was a Carr fan.
They moved in right next to each other, bought the same homes.
I get they clicked, but I just felt he was there before Gruden even got there.
I'm just saying, you know how coaches are. Like, usually when you see a coach that has a chance to clear out all the shit the previous coach did, that's what they do. I'm getting rid of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting rid of all your draft picks that you had, so there's no confusion here, and I'm bringing in my people so I can, make my shit happen. Very rarely do you see a coach that will lose with the previous coach's picks and just sit there and take it.
Yeah.
I gotta see it to believe it.
Josh McDaniels said he made
on him so long.
Lost with Tim Tebow. He said he gotta get.
And since he come from the Belichick tree, it's almost like he kind of gets a little bit more stock, like where it's like, give him, like, trust him though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been a part of winning football. We haven't won here. You can't even argue that Gruden's been a part of winning football unless you count that season where he defected from the Raiders to Tampa Bay and they got their Super Bowl. Other than that, Gruden's never been a winning coach.
Nah, Gruden sucks. That's why he got fired.
So, I don't know. I hope Josh changes things. But let's get into Q's Dolphins. I do want to talk about them. That was an interesting game.
Run the spreads. What's the spread? What do we say? What was the prediction from last? Run that back.
It was just Q and Callie who picked the Dolphins. Everybody else went Bills, and Q had Dolphins 7, Callie had Dolphins 6. It was Dolphins 2. So nobody was even close to that one. Everybody else was on the other side was Bills 10, 17, 3, 13. I had 13. Malk had 17. You and Coach Mike had Bills 10.
Where Q at? That boy get
but
good game. Sloppy game.
It was a very sloppy game. You could tell there was a lot of defense involved in that game.
I love those games. Those are the best one.
It was a lot of deep. But with that being said, though, I do feel like the Bills secondary had a lot of blown coverages. They looked like the Raiders in that game, where it was like, how are you letting them behind you like that? Like, and I get it. Waddle's fast. Tyreek Hill is fast. I get it. I get that.
Give him 10.
Yeah, cushion. How about give him a cushion? There's no reason they should be that far behind you as a cornerback. Like, you shouldn't have to have recovery speed to get up to a wide receiver to make a tackle. If you're not in arm's distance, like as you see him look up for that ball or as you turn around to check for that ball, you're already cooked.
You're cooked.
You're already done.
You already got 5 yards on you. It's over.
I don't care if you get the holding from grabbing a piece of their jersey, but you better at least be in arm's distance between that man when that ball's in the air. Like, they're to the point that I saw some balls that Tua was throwing that Waddle would stop his speed to catch it and then take back off. How are you allowing that? Why are you not on him when he stops to grab that ball?
He got cooked.
He's throwing it. Hey, Tua might be throwing it in a spot they can't get to.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're covering, so let's be honest. So if you're covering somebody that's faster than you, they may have you beat 3 to 5 yards.
Couple steps.
Right, 3 to 5 yards, I would say, because some people are very fast, and it's hard to keep up with them once they get to top speed. But if that man at that 3 to 5 yard distance can stop his speed to come back to catch a ball, and you don't make up that 3 to 5 yards to be in tackling range, I don't know you blew that coverage. There has to be someone in that vicinity there. Almost like an intentional grounding. It has to be a wide receiver in the vicinity of the ball. Where is the cornerback at when the wide receiver's 10, 20 yards down the field? I don't get it. And I saw a lot of that with the Bills. But you know what, though?
Their defense is holding up, though.
Yeah, that was... I mean, that's the sloppiness of the game. Josh Allen only had two touchdowns, no interceptions. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Tua had 1 touchdown, no interceptions. But that boy Josh threw for a 4-piece, 400 yards. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he was rushing too. That nigga runs like a fullback.
He's a big boy.
He runs like
they was out there. They was tired though that game, and that Miami Heat.
Oh, I bet that played a part in it too. And that's interesting because y'all in
a lot of bodies
was. Because y'all, when do you know? Let's see. When is the next time that the Dolphins see the Bills?
Hey Siri, when do the Dolphins play the Bills?
The Dolphins play the Bills on December 18th, 2020.
That's what I was about to say. That's going to be a fucked up game for the Dolphins because you're coming up to Buffalo. And it's December in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Y'all boys ain't doing that up here.
Is Tua going to be able to play, though?
Well, I don't know.
He did get pushed down last week.
Yeah, he'll play.
I think he will, too. I just don't know if he'll play. Do you think he'll play the whole game?
That boy finna play.
He's got back.
Like he need to take a week.
If I was the coach, I'd say sit down a week.
For what?
Because we don't need this to be. Woozy. Yeah, we don't need this to be anymore.
Look here, and then he came down and threw the ball on the game-winning drive. He came down and slung a bomb.
Right, but didn't Teddy Bridgewater also get sacked the first play he was put in the game?
That's why you don't put Teddy in there.
But that's why you need to sit Tua if he has an injury, because if it becomes a real injury, you don't want Bridgewater in there for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you guys can afford.
Wait a minute. You act like Tua been taking sacks on a frequency. No. Oh, okay.
No, he's been moving, but he's been how often has he been moving to get away from them sacks though?
Some of the biggest plays have been when he moved out of the pocket and rolled to the left.
Correct. But
okay.
I'm just saying, we only week 3 in. You don't move out of the way every pass rush.
I love how everybody hate on Tua, and I love how everybody think he gonna get hurt. Tua's showing y'all Tua, man. Let that man ball out.
He's already hurt. He's just.
I don't feel like we're hating. We're not hating on Tua.
That man ain't hurt.
And we don't want him to get hurt. At least I don't. But
I don't.
I do feel like, for safety reasons, you cannot take hits to the head or whatever it is.
Well, he cleared concussion protocol.
Man, listen.
Yeah, I'm not.
He cleared all of it. Hey, I'm sticking with my team. They said he had a lower back injury.
He looked like he had a lower head injury.
Right, that motherfucker got up
exactly.
like Ryan Garcia after he got knocked out. The fuck?
Okay, and y'all think that the NFL having an independent guy on the sideline and all these different protocol tests you have to clear before entering the game, y'all don't think that was followed?
Oh yeah,
I don't think that was followed.
Clear.
I mean, but at the same time, you go back into your tent. You go back into your team's tent. You know what I'm saying? You don't go do a protocol in New York where they send the plays for review. Your team can be like, yeah, he passed concussion protocol. If you like, I'm good. Listen, it was a head hit, but I'm good.
To my understanding, I thought there was a independent specialist or whatever they call them.
In the tent with them? I don't know. We would have to do some more research.
They're on the sideline as well because they can call a player themselves. Yeah.
We would have to do some more research on that because it was somebody else that was saying it's a lot of bullshit. I think it was Antonio Brown that was saying it's a lot of bullshit that goes on in that tent.
True.
And I wouldn't think that bullshit would be going on if you had a third-party representative in there overseeing shit.
I think where we're at with player safety in the NFL, especially regarding CTE and concussions, I don't think that is a lawsuit they want to.
Right, yeah, they're taking it a lot more seriously than they did in the past.
That's about 50% of your league's worth if you really want to play our games.
Yeah, they are taking it.
They interview players and shit after that. Interview them like this week and shit. Like they keep this shit.
I mean, you got to think about it. This is a guy that came into the league with hip problems. I'm a guy with scoliosis that causes hip problems. So if he said it was a lower back injury, I mean, I can certainly relate to being woozy and kind of, doing the kind of job I do building with steel.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that.
I'm just saying I can't, but it's still gonna be speculation. But hey, that's just the media creating news.
I thought let me see. No, I think you are absolutely right, though. Excuse me. Goodness.
Hey, it's my team. I gotta be
Yeah, they said back ankle. Back ankle is questionable for Thursday's game versus Bengals.
Back ankle?
Yeah.
Yeah, his ankle.
NFL.com.
Yeah, his ankle got hung up.
He said his ankle was already hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what was bothering him before the Bills game?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Fucked it up.
Yep, it says Jalen Waddle out or questionable with groin. Cedric Wilson questionable toe.
Yeah, that's just called it.
What's that? Keithan Carter.
Oh, he don't even get that much playing time.
It said he's not traveling with the team
still got Gaskins.
Xavier Howard groin and glute. Damn, my nigga fucked his groin and his ass up.
Whoa.
Somebody cooked him and he turned too fast and he was like groin and glute out of commission for a while.
Whoa.
And it says Brandon Jones, safety questionable with chest injury.
Yeah, he'll be out here coming in too.
I mean, you got to think about it too, though. If they play on Sunday and they have a quick turn on Thursday, usually you don't even practice Monday. You know what I'm saying? You chill, you watch film. Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? You ice up Wednesday, you play a little bit, limited practice, ice up, and then you good. Then when that next week comes around, you got 10 days to recover. Then now there's no more questions.
Right.
But them 4-day stints, the quick turns, and there's 2 games being played in London, I think, this week too, right?
Yeah.
You know,
what
early.
teams?
Yep.
I know definitely the Saints play.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Minnesota field's open, so I think.
Yeah, Minnesota and the Saints play. I know that.
They talking about the Tampa's supposed to play in Minnesota probably because of the hurricane.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot to them. They should get rid of them Thursday games. I get it, but I just think when those guys have like no time, bro, you're just it's a disaster for injuries, man.
We've done this forever.
But like, Cliff,
only now are we getting all these injuries. Only now.
Okay, because they're soft. We told you this. You already know what the answer is.
I just don't understand it. It's like motherfuckers are trying to change mathematics.
The league is so soft.
We can't continue to cancel things because players don't like them.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
then
how do we grade? How do we honestly grade, or not grade, but compare eras if everything changes from the 2 eras?
It almost sounds like TV ratings. Okay, they're not watching that, so we're gonna cancel it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's about the money.
We shouldn't even do fantasy football no more.
About the money.
I think it's just like the time that we live in. Like everything is so weird. I was thinking about this last week because I actually have Mike Evans on my fantasy football team. Now they're playing, huh? Mike Evans. Uh-huh. Yeah, I have Mike Evans on my fantasy football team. They are playing a rough game. Like it's a violent game. He has the potential to get knocked out, body beat up, all types of stuff. It's a rough game. Like that's just what it is. But he pushes Lattimore for New Orleans?
Uh-huh.
He pushes a person down and he needs to be suspended for 1 game. Like, are you serious? He's getting hit. Every play he has the potential to get hit way harder than that push that he gave out. But you want to suspend him for 1 game? That's not a suspension. In the 90s, that's not a suspension.
No, that might have been an ejection, but it wouldn't have been a suspension.
No, I don't even think it would have been an ejection because it wasn't like a full out brawl. He pushed him.
No, but he did run. He did run damn near full speed to push him.
Yeah, that's the issue is that, during a play,
it doesn't matter. Let him get it out.
Defense is up. You're expecting to get hit. But once the whistle blows and the play's over, you're hitting that man with his guard.
You're vulnerable.
Right. And that's where the issue becomes an issue.
They cleaning that up.
And they both threw punches.
Listen, like I said, they're already doing that. They're already in a violent game. Why won't you let them get it out? Like that's the issue to me with society and how people are being treated. So you can play this violent game, but you can't fight it out.
Well, I understand.
No, let them fight it out.
I understand that from a standpoint of the young kids watching.
Right.
No, because the NFL. But we know that.
Many viewers watching.
We know that the NFL has all of the personnel, all of the faculty to be able to handle a situation like that. But you have impressionable high school kids that are like, oh, it's okay to fight it out on the field, and you have a real life situation on your hands.
And then it's one thing if he would have done it to him straight up and he was prepared for it or looking for it. But when someone's back, that's like a sucker punch almost, right? You didn't do it face-to-face, man-to-man. You did that shit when my back was turned. You know what I mean? You could have injured me. I could have been injured for the next game. I could have fell down wrong or got, like, that you could have fucked me up low-key.
You sound like, what's his name?
You're on the
Tony
jail
Yayo. That nigga sound like Tony Yayo.
Yeah, he called in from D-Block.
Right.
Jail phone.
You go that fast.
Give me 16, Malk. Give me 16.
I don't know. I just
For
feel
your
like
Free Malcolm shirts.
I feel like that's the way the society is set up. Now you guys can't sit here and call them soft and then be Cliff. You was in the beginning of the podcast. You were calling, this generation soft, this, that, and the third. But
I agree.
Look at like how the Pistons used to play basketball. It's no difference. And people survive
that shit too.
Right.
They didn't want that
not
shit.
Not only did people survive, but that's what I'm saying though. When you go against players or teams like that, you callous yourself. But once you start putting you put rules on, and you can't hit this hard or this way or none of that, then your body's not calloused anymore. And when I take a hit, my body's not prepared for the hit. All of a sudden, I'm out for 6 weeks.
That's my whole point. I'm not saying that in this day and age, it's a suspension. What I'm saying is that part of the reason these players are so soft and they're being perceived as soft is because these rules are in place.
I see what you're saying.
These rules are in place to where if I push you down, instead of you just hopping back up and trying to retaliate or, little face off or whatever,
right.
It's like, no, you're suspended 1 game.
Right.
Like, we want you to play a violent game, but we want you to play it our way. Stay within these rules.
We want you to play it with class. We want you to be a classy barbarian.
Which is crazy. That's the issue. Like it's a mental thing as well. Like,
right. Nah, bitch, either you want a monster or you don't.
Yeah, like that's what it is though. That's what it is.
That's what listen, I'm
But it's also
I told my parents this. I was like, listen, if I couldn't play football nowadays. I could not play. I honestly could not play football nowadays.
Well, you're not fast enough, strong enough, smart enough.
Nah, you're crazy. Well, I'm beat up now, but you're crazy as shit if you believe that.
Listen, I seen you in the flag football and a couple interceptions.
That ain't shit. I'm a hitter. That's what I am. I don't care about none of that. I didn't even go for interceptions. I'm gonna hit you. I don't even want to knock the ball down. I'm going to light you up.
You gonna light them up and then be on injury reserve the rest of the season.
Hey, that's all that's on my ugly ass Miami shirt.
I played for 12 years. I played football for 12 years from 4 to high school. And I only remember missing out on 3-4 games.
That's dedication.
I mean, it's not even about dedication though. It's about the way you were trained to play. Like, you know how the coach used to be like, "Oh, you're hurt. You're not hurt. Keep running."
Yeah.
Like, it was to the point, yeah, you may have a twisted ankle, but
coach
am I really injured?
You ain't hurt.
No, I'm not injured. I can still play on this.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
It's crazy how even back in the day where it was a rougher game, you had less games missed. You had more players playing the full season through, not missing 1 game. In a rougher era of the game. And now we have a soft era of the game where it's expected we only need you to get through 3/4 of the season. We expect you to be out for 1 quarter.
Watch this. Cliff, you never seen somebody miss a game back in the day for dislocations.
For what?
Dislocations.
Listen, ask Kobe.
They popped that shit back.
Ask Kobe. Listen, I guess look at me though. I guess it depends on how bad you dislocated.
That shoulder kept popping out.
Listen,
man, they put it right back.
Listen, but yeah, I don't know. But what I will say is it's going back to that Bills-Dolphins game. Well, not really the Bills-Dolphins, but the Dolphins in general. It is going to be interesting to see y'all play on Thursday with all those injuries that you have. Even if they're just nagging injuries, that's still damn, that turnaround's already quick. Even if you're 100% going from Sunday to Thursday is a quick turnaround. And then to have nagging injuries across the board, it's fuck. That either you fight through this one for the win and that damages you for the next one, or it's you have a decent game and coast through it, and I can still see y'all getting the win against Cincy. But it all depends on this game is how I see the following game go for the Dolphins.
But hopefully it's the last few times. I think the last time was a Thursday night up in Cincy, and we won on a defensive safety. And the year before that, it was a sack of the quarterback.
For real.
Or the time before that. Yeah. So, I ain't scared.
I mean,
they got the next. They'll be all right.
They've been holding up. So, I mean, it's about time to stop questioning them.
They can't protect Burrow, so.
Nah, they can't.
That's what I was trying to say. Nah, he laying down on the ground a lot like he sleep.
He wasn't even staying down on the ground.
On his back a lot. Like, goddamn, you sleep in the middle of the game, guys? What's going on?
That nigga need a rest. Like, god damn.
That used to be us. We used to be the most sacked team.
There you go. Long jump.
What's going on? We got Logan in the building.
What's up, boys?
Time, Logan. We talking about them Dolphins as we speak.
Oh, perfect timing.
Yeah. So my question was, we was just talking about it. Y'all got a whole second grade attendance list of players that have injuries. Now they're not like injured, of course, but questionable is what they're calling it.
You ain't lying.
With a Thursday night game, with that quick of a turnaround, like, do you think that has any sort of effect on those players that are struggling with the nagging injuries?
I think so. I mean, are you talking like Tua, Jalen Waddle?
Tua, Waddle, Xavier Howard with the groin glue.
Howard. Yeah.
It's a list. We went through it. I can't even y'all safety, Brandon Davis. Or is that his name?
No.
Brandon
no, that's not his name.
What is it?
Is it Byron Jones?
Byron Jones.
Byron Jones.
Yeah,
that's who I'm thinking of.
But I honestly I mean, even as a Dolphins fan, like, even when it comes to like fantasy, like whenever in my work league, I started Tua over Joe Burrow because I was like, the Bills' defense is banged up right now.
Right.
And I'm not saying that's the reason that they lost, but it's definitely had an impact, I think.
No, I agree.
And I mean, so there's no reason to believe that that wouldn't have an impact on us. But at the same time, I mean, some of these young guys are pretty damn resilient too. So like your Tuas, your Jalen Waddles. I mean, I don't know. The last I heard, and I haven't heard anything since, but they were going to like investigate Tua on him coming back in the game because they thought he was. Yeah, and I haven't heard anything more on that.
We were talking about that as well because they got it listed as a what did we say? An ankle
back.
Ankle
lower back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah.
We said they got people that be on that.
That's interesting. So that goes to show. That may go to show, Key, that I don't know that there is somebody in that tent, your team tent. Because if the league has to investigate it, it's like, well, we want to know for ourselves.
No, it's not the league. It's the NFLPA.
Okay.
Investigating the handling of it. Protecting the player.
Right.
True. I didn't even know that, honestly. Yeah. I didn't know that it was the NFLPA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the association one that's the investigation. Every team has a designated team official that goes through and just sits on the sideline. And they were talking about that on First Take, where they can pull any player they deem for a concussion protocol at any time, whether he's good or not. They can say, "Yo, you're not good. You need to go through our test." And there's that personnel that can do that. Now, in this case, they did that, but they didn't follow all protocol and didn't go through all procedures correctly. Hence, why the PA is upset about that, because let's say he goes to play on the season and then come to find out he did have a concussion. Well, player safety, y'all had to pay billions of dollars into that little fund to hush people's parents up.
I think you're giving them too much credit. I think it's as simple as a nigga on the sideline for the Bills, like, I saw his head bounce and I saw him get up woozy. He right back in the game. Coach, put in the request. I want to investigate that.
But he
what didn't they follow? I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't doubt it.
I didn't hear that either.
No.
What?
As far as procedures for concussion protocol that they may not have followed. Because I mean, whether it is a concussion or it isn't a concussion, you are supposed to stay out for. Well, it's only the one play, right?
But if you go under the tent, it's more than one play.
No, you go back and have to do tests. You have to go test. It's not a certain amount of plays. They pull you. You need to go test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine them.
Yeah.
Fine them. If they didn't go.
I mean, he went back for testing. That was the first thing they did.
But what they're saying is maybe he came back a little too fast and didn't diligence on everything. They could have did something.
He came back in the third quarter. There was a whole half.
They're probably saying he wasn't supposed to come back.
Yeah, somebody probably was like, hey.
But if it wasn't a concussion, then what's stopping me from coming back?
I'm not sure if
the question is, are we diagnosing correctly?
That wooziness, you see him almost drop.
Because let's be honest, if I'm Miami personnel and I'm in the tent and I'm with Tua and I'm like, how many fingers I'm holding up? It was 2, but you were close. Teddy Bridgewater's in the game right now.
Okay.
Are you good? Or can you go back? Or do you need to? Are you okay? No concussion. It's back ankle. Go back in the game, Tua. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, see, in Tua's defense, that's what to my knowledge, that's what he stated up front. You know, he said the first problem happened when he went for that goal line quarterback sneak, and he felt it in his back. And he said after that, he kind of what he told. What did Mike McDaniel say? He felt like Gumby or something in his lower back.
Spaghetti legs.
Yeah. So I'm just going off what Tua said. He said he passed the test they gave him. He up front, whatever. It didn't take long. So I don't.
So let's ask this would be my next question. If the player association finds that Miami did not go about it the correct way, what would be the outcome? Does Tua then sit? Like, do they then sit him for the like?
I think they find a team, right? You can't sit a player for no shit like that.
On a team, a couple 100,000.
They'll probably have somebody under investigation, and they'll probably follow it. If they do it again, then people are gonna lose their job, just like anything else in the world.
If it's worse enough, you'll lose a draft pick if it's worse enough.
I say, you'll start losing cash.
Draft pick.
Well,
it's the
continue.
Coach Mike trying to sneak in.
I am sneaking in, and you see I'm being quiet. I'll give props to Miami's D. I have to.
The fully roster.
The fact that we block a punt inside of 2 minutes, get the ball back, and we can't score after putting up 40 points a game the first 2 weeks of the season, I got to give it up to Miami.
All right. And it, like I was saying earlier, it was a lot of blown coverage in that game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
whoa. Josh Allen had a lot of purple and red face that game.
What you mean?
Hey, David Howard dropped
he was getting beat up. Come on, man. He had a lot of pressure. He had a lot of pressure.
It was touching him.
David Howard dropped a 6.
They was touching him, no R. Kelly.
Well, and that's actually been something that I've been frustrated with the Bills this season so far. Like, he showed it a little bit in game 1, but it's like they went to him and said, you got to quit doing you. And when the Bills are good is when Josh Allen is running the fucking ball. And I didn't watch a ton. Unfortunately, I was in an area where I couldn't get the game. I'm watching it on my phone. But I didn't see Josh Allen have a lot of carries.
He had 8 attempts, 47 yards.
So not awful. That's better.
Long.
That's better than I thought it was. But still,
no rushing touchdowns or anything like that.
Right. And how many times have we gotten into goal line situations this season where we're not fucking running him?
Right.
Like even last week.
He was leading in rushing touchdowns, wasn't
he? Right. Last season, yes, he was. And I think on top of that, there have been situations where we've been in those goal line scenarios. Like, when do we do well? When you roll Josh out of the pocket, and that option is a run-pass option.
Right.
Yep. And we're not doing it right now.
That's absolutely
correct. And I get it.
Right.
I'm sure they're protecting him. I'm sure they want him down the line. But I think the
That's
other
a divisional
point,
game, though.
I get that and agree. Like, that's where I would expect it to come out. But at the same time, like, they started the season too hot. You can't keep up the pace that they were at. Like, they could have broken fucking records against the Titans, and McDermott sat their asses to try to keep them hungry for this game. Like, Diggs and Allen could have set records.
Yeah.
In that game against the Titans.
Fucking tell that to my
fantasy
football team. Fucking lost.
Allen could have threw for 700. Stephon Diggs would have caught 300, 4 touchdowns.
Right.
Josh Allen would have threw for like 8 touchdowns, set their new record. Yeah, it'd have been nasty.
Well, and I mean, the other side of it is, like, I'm speaking on a game that, like, I saw recaps from. I didn't see the actual game, so I don't know how the momentum went in those pieces. That was the real reason why I was staying quiet. Like, the shit I saw was like the last 2 minutes on ESPN the next day. Like,
shit, that 45-yard that Waddle caught, I was just like, there was no one around him.
No, they were there. What happened? No, real shit. They were there. Tua faked them out. Like, he literally, like, this is my Tua moment. That's why I'm so excited about this. Right?
I hear you. I hear you.
Y'all gotta excuse me. Tua looked the damn safety to the left.
Okay, I might not have caught that.
And as soon as he did that, he slung the fucking ball.
I heard him talk about that on actually. Yeah.
I might not have caught that.
Yeah, that's my proud daddy moment.
What you got, Mike?
But the flip side of it is, where did the Bills get banged up against the Titans? We lost 2 people out of the secondary.
You got Micah Hyde.
Micah Hyde is out for the year.
Yeah.
We lost the corner. Like,
that's a big loss.
I'm trying to remember who else came down. Wasn't it one of the linebackers that got hurt too?
Waddle didn't make that catch on Micah Hyde.
Right.
And Micah Hyde reads that.
But the problem is Micah Hyde's out for the year now, so we got to find a solution because
y'all signed some people from the practice squad. Y'all signed like 8 people from the practice squad.
That's fine. Well, yeah, if you lose 2 DBs, you got to find somebody.
It's gonna be a lot of big hole jerseys. You know how they got them big holes on the practice jersey.
Right.
They ain't gonna have real jerseys on out there.
Knowing the Bills' history, they'll be fine at DB.
They'll figure it out. They will. But at the same time, like, Micah Hyde's one of the top safeties in the league. Like, the combination of him and Boyer are probably like one of the best 1-2 safeties.
And even Boyer, I heard, was questionable.
Right.
That's tough.
The whole damn questionable. God damn.
That's tough.
It was like 2 defensive tackles and like 1 was questionable too. There was like 3 defensive tackles that were on. Like 2 of them were out. I think 1 was questionable.
The list on the whole league is like. It's crazy. Like, I was going through the whole league's list of injuries. It's like you're scrolling for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I feel like that kind of like increased since COVID too. Does anybody else feel like that?
It has.
That's what I said. That's when it started.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It was like right before, because if we were coming up on that season as a normal season, there were a lot of injuries that were lingering. It was like the pandemic happened at the right time because it gave me an additional excuse. You know what I mean? But it was already happening.
Right.
It was already.
And I think too, what you're seeing in the league, generally speaking, is one, kind of going to the whole concussion protocol thing. You are seeing the league be more protective of players. So that's number one.
I don't like it.
I hear you, and trust me, like, as a coach, I've got mixed feelings on it.
I don't like it.
But
I mean, I do think they should be protected, but I don't like the way they're going about it.
But at the same time, like, they're trying to preserve longevity, and on top of that, I mean, honestly, guys are softer. Like,
right.
This ain't the gladiators of, you know, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s in the NFL.
I'm glad that you said that.
These are the kids that, you know, go to college for 2 years, manage to make the jump to the league,
and complain about turf when they get there.
Right. And bitch about fucking everything. Like, it's the same shit we're dealing with even on the high school level. Like, kids aren't as intent. Like, I've got one killer on my team. Like, one that will go down, be a wedge breaker on a kickoff, will light a kid up every chance he gets.
Right.
That's one guy out of 22.
That's
when,
ridiculous.
you know, 10 years ago, you'd have 3 or 4 on the team that had no fear and would go meet anybody in the
right.
Yeah.
You don't have it then. You don't.
Listen,
and some of it's the style of the game, like this whole, and it starts with the college level. The fact that at the college level they're throwing the ball so much, and even at the high school level, man, they're throwing the ball a lot. You don't have those kids that come up playing in a wing tee fucking offense where it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Right.
Cloud of turf pellets these days.
Right.
Like it's all zone, all spread. It's all like the head-on-head collisions or the big-on-big collisions aren't there anymore.
Listen, it is funny because I was even watching that Ravens game and watching Lamar Jackson do his thing. I was thinking, like, how upsetting would it be to get a tackle on your stats and never tackled anybody? Right. Like, you just touched him because he fell on the ground. And it's like, that's like, I'm sorry, children, cover your ears, but that's like having sex without getting a nut. Like, it's like, what was this even for if all I got to do was just touch your shoulder pad because you dropped to the ground?
Now,
like, I want to hurt you. I want to crunch something.
Well, and I think that's the flip side of it, too. Like, even watching, like, yeah, you still have contact on the offense and defensive lines, but even then, like, the level of hand fighting and avoidance and more like just shield and kind of get in the way and kind of run guys out. Like, it's not like I'm going to meet you in the hole and be a bigger man than you are. Like when I playing a nose guard in a 3-4 defense, I was inverting that line of scrimmage. That center was taking 3 steps back, and if I had to take on the guard to do it, I was taking on the guard to do it.
Listen, helmet had chunks missing from it.
I got it downstairs. I'll go grab it.
Listen, helmet had chunks missing. That's the football I miss. You don't even get to see big hits anymore, really. And when you do, you see the player hop up real quick, all timid, waiting to see if the ref's going to eject them or call the flag. Yeah. Like, I don't like it. I just don't.
No, I don't either.
But we'll move on. I want to talk about
actually, can I circle back to that point real quick? Because I haven't seen it a ton this season, and maybe it's not been in the games I've been watching. From a league standpoint, have we seen as many, and even at the college level, I have not seen as many targeting calls.
I have.
Like the last 2 years, it felt like there was like 3 targeting calls per game.
I've only seen
I don't know that I've seen it as much this season, so I was curious as to kind of what the feel was. Okay.
Especially in college, I've seen I feel like more targeting calls overturned.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I think they were the fact that they made it reviewable was huge.
Right,
because when they first put it in and it wasn't reviewable, like that was bullshit because they were throwing guys out. And they did that shit at the high school level too, man, where you don't have review. And I'm like, you cannot take away a kid's, like, let's face it, majority of people that play football, they play it in high school. And that's all they get.
Right.
Like maybe middle school and high school. That's all they get.
Stands. You just took me out the game for nothing, and then scouts in the stands.
Right. And so I was just curious what other people had seen on that. I haven't seen it quite as frequently as I did like the last year or the year before.
I haven't watched a lot of college, but from the NFL perspective, I only remember seeing one targeting call that was called.
All right.
Can't remember what game that was.
Yeah, it's almost being called like the old spearing right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, in college, I've been watching Pitt. I've been watching Jackson State, Coach Prem.
Mm-hmm.
Go Tigers. I've been watching a couple of them games, and
his son ain't been doing bad at quarterback either. I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying they're still calling them. But like you said, like Logan was saying, they have been overturning a lot of them because they've been calling a lot of bogus ass calls, and the refs have been controlling the flow of the games. That's the problem. The momentum shifted way. Yeah. There's too many variables. Like the ref could just stop the game. Oh, the clock's not right. We on a hot hand, and now we just got slowed down for 30 seconds.
Right.
Well, the other one that's killing us at the high school level is the crackback block. Like, you are not allowed to
Man.
The high school
Why
level.
not? Like, why not?
Player safety issue. And the thing is there are rules that you can, but you have to be able to basically have to have
lead
your
with
hands
your
out
hands,
in front,
right?
your shoulder. But the thing is they get it wrong every single time because they don't see the actual contact; they see the result.
Right.
If a kid gets laid out on his back, it doesn't matter if the kid who hit him with his hands up top or not. They're throwing the flag because they see the kid snap back.
Right.
It's not about what happened. It's about what the ref saw.
All right.
They just play pretty much. They just shorten players. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna hit you, so you slow down.
Honestly, I feel like it's damn near to a point with the technology that we have. You can do away with the refs altogether, and just have the New York NFL commission from the skybox say, "Stop the play. This took place. I saw it. Bang." That eliminates all the need for reviewing a play because you have all that there. There's enough time in between the plays that you can rewind that play in the skybox and say, "Yeah, that is off. Stop real quick."
It'll be a little bit of time before we get to that, and I don't think football will be the first sport that you see that.
That might.
I think the first sport where you see that is going to be baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need them for what? It's just an extra salary.
Right.
They have the technology. That was a strike, not a ball. They got all that bullshit.
Yeah, you have sensor grids and that kind of shit. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you'll see that in baseball before you see it in
That's
football.
the most off calls, I would say.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, baseball would be the most off calls by the umpire. But back to football. I want to get into Malk's Eagles.
Yes, sir.
Shut up.
I mean, it isn't really much to say about the Eagles-Commanders game. Let's keep it a buck. But what I did like is that Eagles got to Carson Wentz 4 times in the first quarter. First quarter alone got to him 4 times, 5 times in the first half.
Yep. Say it again. A little louder for the people who just tuned in. They might have just tuned in after.
I'm saying that was very impressive. I was very impressed at the fact that the Eagles 4 in the first quarter. I said, "Oh, they coming downhill all game." 8
That's
total.
Abrams is coming.
8 total for the game.
They've been on roll.
They always coming. Fletcher
Hell, I thought
Cox,
it was
they
9.
always coming.
I thought they ended up with 9 on it.
Was it 9?
I think so.
It might have been 9.
9, yeah.
It ended up with 9.
It was 9?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, what you expect? I mean, would you expect?
I mean, it's the Commanders, but I mean, even still, that is crazy. But like we said,
are we really surprised? I mean, I guess
still the beginning of the season, and the Eagles have not faced everybody in the NFL right now. They're still dancing around their area, around their division, and we all know their division isn't shit.
Hey,
that's what me and Malk been talking about lately. Me and him been arguing about Dolphins versus Eagles. Well, not versus Eagles, but like comparing like those teams right now.
I would say the Dolphins are more battle tested than the Eagles.
That's what I said.
The Eagles look more impressive, but the Dolphins are more battle tested.
Yeah,
I can agree.
Their first 3 weeks been tough.
But I said it before. I have no problem saying I said Eagles was going to be something this year.
Yeah, I mean the Eagles really.
As soon as I saw that draft, I said, "Oh shit." I said, shit.
Well, I'm not going to say any names, but I know a good amount of people that counted us out early before the season on here right now. But, you know, hey, we're just winning games. On to another week. You know what I mean? We got to play Doug Peterson.
Who counted y'all out? Was it Cliff?
All right, he said put names on it.
Was it Cliff?
No, Brittany, you used to.
No, I did not. No, I did not, Malcolm. Malcolm,
hey, Cliff,
rewind the tape.
Roll back.
Rewind the tape.
Roll the tape.
Y'all made last year. This is what I said. Y'all made the playoffs last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I said that I didn't see you guys doing less than what you did last year.
No,
I put you guys in the playoffs again.
I remember her
Super Bowl, no. Playoffs, yes.
Yeah, okay. I'll co-sign that.
So that was the year before when you was hating on my squad.
No, the year before she was going hard. Yeah. She was going hard.
I don't believe in rookie QBs like that. And y'all was doing corny stuff. Like he had the race car sunglasses on, making highlight tapes, you know, stuff like that.
Right.
So I counted you out.
And then look at him now.
balling.
Look at him now. Like, and I'm being honest though.
Like,
go ahead.
He's balling for sure. I have to give him his props. I'm happy he's balling. I didn't want to necessarily, like, personally, you know, I have players that I don't mind seeing do well. He's not somebody that I like dislike. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, but even when he was back in Alabama, I was a Tua guy. I was like, put that motherfucker in. Fuck it. Put the guy that can get the receiver the ball in.
You crazy.
Jalen Hurts didn't. He was a running back. Jalen Hurts played exactly like Terrell Pryor in Alabama.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm lying. It wasn't until he got to Oklahoma where they were like, nigga, let your arm go. Like, show him what you can do with your arm. And then we were like, oh, shit, he really can complete 30-yard passes. And now he's in the league doing what he's doing. I never would have thought from his collegiate career he would be doing what he's doing right now, even in the NFC East.
And that's what we
talk about a guy that's battle tested. That just been through it all, bro.
He's battle tested.
I agree with that. Listen, 340 yards, 3 touchdowns.
He is. He's the only one on the Eagles that's battle tested.
Off of 63 completions.
No, there's a couple guys. Darius Slay. You can't say that. Okay. Brandon Graham, who's part of the 9 sacks. Fletcher Cox from D-line. I mean,
no, they're good. I'm talking about battle tested, but they're good. Playoffs. They're awesome.
They've won Super Bowls.
What? Jalen Hurts the guy.
They played.
Nobody's backing you. Nobody's backing you.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Them motherfuckers come to work and play for Hurts. They don't play for the Eagles. They come to work and play for Hurts.
They do.
They don't play for the Eagles, bro.
I agree. Didn't I tell you that? That podcast.
As a Bills fan, I get that. If you got a leader that can lead by example, it makes a hell of a lot of a difference.
Right.
I mean, I feel like the main thing with Jalen Hurts that I see that I'm impressed with is his ability to adjust. In comparison to last year, right? The type of passes that he was making, in comparison to what he's doing this year.
Right.
Like we talked about it a couple episodes ago when I was talking about each level that you go up, you got to be able to adjust. And we were talking about, I think maybe Brady or somebody like that, and just like, you know, being able to take it up a notch. So you were good in college, but can you take it up a notch? Like Baker Mayfield can't take it up a notch. At the NFL level. And I feel like Jalen Hurts is showing us this year, like, hey, I was not at my ceiling. I'm taking it up a notch as far as my abilities. Like, even last game, just him getting the ball to Smith. I didn't think he did a good job getting him the ball last year. But
he's
hurt. Smith was hurt last year.
Even when he wasn't hurt, there were games where he barely touched the. There were games where he barely touched the ball.
He would drop the ball. Smith had a lot of drops as well last season, because especially after he got hurt.
Well, he wasn't dropping it last week, and to me, that's a sign of the progress. So you were able to not only, because you got to adjust your throw based off of the wide receiver and what their abilities are. Smith is not tall. You know what I'm saying? He's not even though he did, he's not really out jumping people. So he was able to get him the ball and still get AJ Brown the ball. To me, that's impressive, because those are two different types of throws, in my opinion.
They just nicknamed Devontae Smith the Slim Reaper and Jalen Hurts. Or no. Slim Reaper and I think AJ Brown Skinny Batman.
Skinny Batman? He ain't that skinny.
That's their. I saw that on Instagram. One of them made a post. I think it was AJ Brown.
Fucking lame ass
Eagle I think fan. AJ Brown will be in there though.
Probably the person that did y'all's promo video.
Right, with NASCAR glasses on.
Yeah.
Looking like Dale Earnhardt.
Hey, whatever gets the job done though. I don't care how corny it looks.
They look like Dale Earnhardt's illegitimate son from a.
I'd rather be 3-0 than 0.
Listen, I get it.
Soon to be 0-4, then 0-5.
Listen, we might be 0-5 before we get a win, and I'm not upset about it.
So you trying to tank?
Yeah, get Carr out of there. Get him the fuck
keep
out of
him.
there.
Keep him. He's great.
I wouldn't be. Listen, get Carr. Take him back out of there.
Hey, you know what? I can see Baker Mayfield coming there. I can see a trade between Carolina.
God, that would irritate my soul.
I must be talking to be talking.
Am I off? Hey, am I off?
Are you off? Why would the Raiders want Baker Mayfield?
Why would you not want a Baker Mayfield over a Carr?
Man, you better get Colin Kaepernick, man. Stop playing.
Man, everybody knows that
you know what? I would listen. Bring Colin Kaepernick back. Bring him back. Fuck, get Colin Kaepernick. I said put Stidham in right now.
Oh,
just get Carr the fuck off the field. Get him off the field.
Ain't going nowhere.
You don't deserve to play.
Well, go ahead and bring Joe Flacco in. He's still got a little.
You know, it's funny because I was the Raiders game. They had to do a quarterback throwback to get Devontae Adams his longest completion of the game. His longest completion was 18 yards, which was a screenplay to Josh Jacobs, where Josh Jacobs threw the ball back to Derek Carr, and Derek Carr threw the ball to Devontae Adams. Now, out of all that nonsense, you only gained 18 yards, which is the longest catch of the game for the number one wide receiver in the NFL. These motherfuckers really think they in Fresno State again.
Right.
This is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in Las Vegas. What the fuck is going on? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Get Carr out of there is what I'm saying. Old Yeller style. Take him out back.
Let him stay. Let him stay.
Shit, I can't deal with it. But let's get into these pick'ems.
He might get y'all to the number 1 draft pick.
Where they can replace him.
Listen.
Replace him and still let him start.
I wouldn't be against shopping him. Like, let's shop him to like a Texas or a Seattle for like some extra picks that we can trade to get up higher in a draft.
They don't want him.
Listen, Seattle needs him. He's definitely better than Geno Smith.
No.
Is he?
No.
He is.
Stat-wise this year?
Not so far this season.
Stat-wise this year, is he better than Geno?
This is the same guy that was pushing for Mariota, and so he's saying
But look at Mariota.
Mariota's numbers stat-wise are better than...
Let's be honest. This is Geno Smith's first starting job in 8 years. Mm-hmm. And the only reason he's starting is because they don't have a starting quarterback.
They got Drew Lock.
Because they don't have a starting quarterback. You hear what I'm saying? Now, you can say what you want to say about Carr. Yeah. You can still put him in the starting quarterback line out of 32 teams.
If you've got with Pete Carroll,
out of 32 teams, the worst team Carr can start on.
No, he would be a backup at this point.
Hold on. To be labeled a starter, you have to be able to produce wins.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's the thing. I'm glad you said that. You have to.
So you can't do that.
Wins, not stats.
Yeah.
I don't care about the 400-yard games if you're not
0-3. So right now he can't be a starter.
But I mean, how much damage can be done in Texas?
No, he can't go there. His brother already played there. They don't want that shit no more.
Oh my God! Why would you make it worse?
Right.
Well, you can't make it any better.
Oh,
here's the deal, though. Like Carr is a guy that could go be at a team with a good run game and be a game manager. The Raiders don't have a run game right now either.
They have a decent one, like CT said.
They've rushed for 192 yards in 3 games. Like,
what you mean they don't use it right? They got Josh McDaniels.
Nah,
they don't use it right. They don't use it right, and then like he said, 12 rushes a game. That's not enough.
Nope.
No.
When you have teams with dual running back threats, every team damn near has 2 running backs, and they're doubling the amount of attempts per game. So with us, with a subpar quarterback only running 12 to 15 times a game, will never work.
Carr's yards per carry are higher than any running back for the Raiders right now. He's only rushed the ball like 3 times, but still, what I'm saying is Carr, you could put him into a system that has, to Cliff's point, like a dual running back threat. And if he's playing off of play action and other things, he could still be a starter.
I can see that happening. He needs a boost.
Yeah,
he needs that extra support. Yeah, and even if you're expecting Devontae to be your boost, you still have to get him the ball. It's not a handoff situation.
Even if you're clicking with Devontae, he doesn't need to be throwing 44 times.
Right. And the only way that you can get away from that is
get rid of him.
Running the ball.
That's how you get away from it.
Correct me if I'm wrong though, but I don't know how the season ended, but I think during most of last year's season, Carr was like in top 5 in yards.
Oh yeah, he had like he had one of the top 5.
Ended the season. I think he ended the season top 5 in yards.
I mean, he had to have what 4,000 plus yards.
Yeah, no, he had more than 4,000. I was looking through it to see if this is the book I had it in, and it's not. But
he's capable of it.
Man, he's not shit.
Not when it matters.
Right. He's an awful decision maker. That's the number one I can say is your decision making skills are just absolutely atrocious. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, it's egregious even. Fuck that though. Let's get to these pick'ems because I can't find what I'm looking for anyway. I need a what do you call that, Mike, in your old school books? I need a table of contents in these because I don't know. I'll just be writing. Yeah, let's get into these pick'ems here. I got I got 6 of them. Let's start out with our Thursday night game, the Dolphins-Bengals.
Dolphins 13.
Dolphins 13.
Dolphins 14.
Britt says she prices right in you.
That's what I was gonna say. Dolphins 14.
Okay, Logan got Dolphins 14. Britt got Dolphins 14.
But let me say this while everybody's coming up with their picks, because sometimes I feel like the NFL is more like a show. Like what you think is going to happen doesn't happen. And this might be the game because everybody's probably expecting the Dolphins to tear the Bengals up. This might be the game where we see the old Bengals, Super Bowl Bengals, where basically Joe Burrow is himself again. He's getting that ball out of there. And he's like really slinging that thing. So don't be surprised if that happens. I'm not going to risk it, but I'm going to go with the Dolphins. But don't be surprised if this is the turning point game where they turn into the old Bengals.
Thursday night game. And
Burrow looked good too.
Yeah. And I think with it being a Thursday night game, like my gut wants to go with the Dolphins, but I'm going to go with the Bengals by 6. I don't even know that it'd be considered an upset. But to Britt, to your point, like, did they look great against the Jets? No. But are they starting to click a little bit? Yes. So, the Dolphins coming off the high of beating the Bills, I think the Bengals might be ripe for an upset here, especially since it's in Cincinnati.
And then with all those questionables, I mean, assuming all of them play, I would go Dolphins 8. If we're missing even one of those players from the defense or the offense, I do believe that evens the game out a bit. That's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that game can go either way easily. It's just a matter of who brings more.
I think I'm going Dolphins 6 on that.
On Dolphins 10.
Mark said Dolphins 10.
10 piece, no McNugget.
Extra honey mustard.
He said no McNuggets, so you just eating the honey mustard.
Bengals 3.
Hey.
You said Bengals 3, CT?
Yeah.
All right. What you got, Q? Q got Dolphins 21.
No, sir.
We skunking the motherfucking Bengals.
Well, I can't go with the crisscross because the Dolphins still the underdog in this game. So, with that being said,
are they?
Yes, they are. +4. I'm sticking with my Dolphins with only a 3-point win because I know how we are against the Bengals.
Well, wait a minute. On NFL.com, it says the Dolphins are a +175. Bengals are a -210.
So that's
-2. That makes Miami the favorite.
Oh,
that means you have to pay 210 to win 100
on the Bengals.
Right.
Yeah.
Dolphins, if you put 100 up, you would get the +130, so you get $130 back. Plus is the underdog, minus is the over.
That's right.
We're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you right, Mal. We're gonna get you right.
Oh, but I would like to point out, last week we had another tie with the Pick'ems. Q was still in that.
Man.
Q and Cali. So Q has 2 weeks. 2 weeks where he's won it.
Coming for the belt.
Yeah, Q definitely could. And for the host, we haven't showed it in a while for everybody out there. Q is fighting.
I didn't know it was that.
Well, that's a consolation prize since Q's 0-3 in fantasy football, but we won't talk.
I'm telling you, look, my Pick'em's on point, my Dolphins on point.
Yeah, even week 2.
Fuck a fantasy.
Q's been in the winning all 3 weeks. You could tell you a gambling man, motherfucker, because boy.
Hey, look, I just be trying to tell y'all, now I got a show.
Listen.
That's it.
And for the record, that is snakeskin leather on that.
Ooh.
Snakeskin.
Well, we already talked about it, motherfucker. If you win it, I'm gonna have to have a trophy made because I ain't mailing you this motherfucking belt.
You said him come get it. That's what he said the other night.
Yeah, I told him I'm on Highway 49 and I'm coming up.
Even if he come to get it, he ain't getting it because then I don't know how to get it back. Now I'm sending that man a trophy.
We'll put a piece of tape on it and just put Q.
Hang it up behind me. Next game. I guess since that was a tough one, we'll go a little easier. What about that Jets-Steelers game? I think that's interesting too, though, actually.
Well, Zach Wilson coming back. So.
Jets.
Steelers 10.
Wait. I thought he wasn't coming back till next week.
He's cleared and ready to go.
Oh, yeah, he is cleared. Wilson?
Then I'm going Steelers on that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's why I'm going Steelers 7.
Yeah, if this is Zach Wilson's first game back, I'm definitely going with the Steelers.
Steelers 10.
I'm going Pittsburgh 6.
Let me see something, man. I want to know. You said you going
Jets
Pittsburgh 6.
Mm-hmm.
So Steelers 6. And what'd you say, Britt? I'm sorry.
Watt.
Steelers 10.
10. That's what I thought I heard. Okay.
Steelers 3.
Steelers 3. Yeah, I don't see it. Who was that? Somebody was talking and they cut out.
Who was that, Les?
It might have been Les.
Dawg.
Cliff, go to NFL.com. You'll see it, and then go to the news section.
Yeah, I see. No, I wasn't on NFL.com.
No, I'm saying if you're looking for the detail.
I see it on ESPN. Medically clear will start against Pittsburgh. That's tough, man.
It ain't tough, just by 2.
How ain't it tough if this is 2-point bid.
Hey. Sound good.
Man. I mean, Steelers isn't a bad team to come back to, but Zach Wilson was kind of shaky last year with the interceptions. He was damn near looking like Peyton Manning in his first year. So
Steelers 6.
Yeah, I think I'm going Steelers 3. Okay, let's say Steelers 6. Okay.
I'm gonna say Jets 14.
Ooh, CT with the Jets 14.
I don't think the Steelers ain't got no offense right now. They looking real shaky.
Well, I also feel like they haven't put their trust in Kenny Pickett yet either. And I feel like these coming games, you're going to see a little bit more from Kenny because they ain't been doing nothing with Mason.
No, they're not gonna and I feel like the Big Ben hurt. That Big Ben leaving him hurt him. It's going.
No, I definitely agree with that.
To get back right.
Right, I agree with that 1,000.
I think they just trying to give Trubisky.
They're gonna have to run with Harris a lot, and when he ain't got a lot, Claypool don't look like he's
Mitch Trubisky. That's what I'm saying. Mitch Trubisky. There's a reason why he's been tossed around from Chicago to Buffalo to. There's a reason that takes place. So at some point you have to choose between Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett. If Kenny Pickett is your true go-to, there's no reason why he shouldn't be in this game right now. Should have been starting the season.
Mike Tomlin gonna go to that decision, I feel like, soon. So
Mike Tomlin is a fair man. Mike Tomlin is not gonna just hop out there and go to the next quarterback without truly giving Mitch Trubisky a fair shake.
I'd rather have Mason in there than Mitch.
No, I don't like Mason at all.
I'd rather have Mason in there than Mitch.
I don't care for him. I mean,
from a personal standpoint, from if you going with Myles Garrett from your Brown shit, but as far as production goes, I'm going with Mason over Mitch.
I don't like it. That's what I'm saying. I don't personally like it, and I think that they're going to skip over. I think they're going to skip over Mason if Trubisky comes out. I think they're going with Pickett. I think they're going to skip over him, and I think
you have to
around game.
I'm so sorry.
5.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, and that was on live. That was on live. God damn. I'm sorry. R.I.P. Coolio. I can't believe you sent that. I can't believe you sent that though.
It popped up.
Oh my gosh, it popped up on the phone, and I'm thinking I'm private over here laughing and shit, and then I realized, and I'm not laughing that he died. I'm just laughing that you
sure about that?
No, I'm not laughing Coolio died. Or listen, he's up there in his gangster's paradise right now.
Right.
Hell yeah.
I'm not laughing at Coolio, but Malcolm is a fucking setup artist.
Dude,
who you got, Logan? Who you got?
That's some shit. That's some Malcolm shit.
I wanted to see. Hey, that's bad. That's called being battle tested.
You knew what was gonna happen when I seen that.
Adds a little extra flavor to the show. A little razzle.
Man, R.I.P. my guy.
Got the towel.
Listen. Who you got, Logan? Jets Steelers.
Oh shit.
Who you going with, Mr. Foes?
What? Jets
Steelers?
Yeah, Steelers 7.
Okay. Steelers 7.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I don't know about Zach Wilson stepping on.
Like, I think he can develop into being something, but I just don't know that he's there yet. And this
not coming back
game.
off.
Right. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I see him trying to overcompensate with passes and put himself in dangerous situations.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing that last year. Would go down a couple touchdowns and then he'd try to sling it, and he's throwing 3 interceptions by the end of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, Britt, here's Browns Falcons. I think this one's a lot more interesting than
I'm going with my Browns. I cannot go against them. Browns 14.
Ooh, 14.
Yes.
Atlanta by 10. And Myles Garrett, of course, is questionable since he got into that car crash.
So hopefully he
plays and have a great game.
You know, and if he does play, he's going to be banged up. Because listen, that whiplash, and all, he was driving a Porsche 911.
If it's real whiplash, he's not going to be able to play.
Yeah.
If it's real whiplash,
he got banged up. You know what I mean? You're sore from a car crash. Driving a Porsche 911, boy, top speed. Yeah, I don't care how big you are. You're going to be sore.
It flipped too, didn't it?
Huh?
It flipped too, didn't it?
Yeah, it flipped several times. It said him and a female passenger in the car after practice.
Was he in a convertible?
It was a Porsche 911. No,
yeah, Porsche.
You know what a Porsche 911 look like?
Yeah, but I'm saying you could.
Are they small?
They're
Hell
small.
Yeah, they're small.
It's big ass in there.
Too big to be in there.
That's probably what saved him. He had no room to move, and he was just
He's too big to be in that shit, and he know better. That's annoying.
But they dropped 911s dropped. They got drop top.
Oh well, I don't think it was a drop top on his, but
because you know the same shit happened to Errol Spence, and they said that's the only reason that it saved his life because he got thrown from the car since the top was down.
Fuck a drop top.
I read he was trying to avoid a cat or something like that.
Oh,
or maybe
that's what they said.
maybe they said they tested them for drugs.
Man, R.I.P. Coolio.
For real.
Fuck, he's swerving for a cat. It's a Geico commercial, a Hostess commercial. Where's the cream filling head ass nigga over here?
Falcons by 8.
Falcons shit. 8. I'm glad you brought me.
Y'all disrespecting my team like this. Who's with me?
Nobody.
I'm kind of leaning towards the Falcons too.
Who's coming with me?
I got Cleveland.
Got the ball out.
I'm going Falcons.
I got
dogs. I gotta go. Chubb.
Logan said Cleveland 10.
Yeah, dude, Jacoby Brissett is hungry.
Thank you, Logan.
He's hungry.
Amari Cooper looked great too.
Ooh.
He does.
Yeah,
He does.
But not great enough.
Crazy.
You know the person that I'm worried about for Atlanta in this game? I'm worried about Patterson. I feel like he might be able to get off a little bit. But I feel like if we can shut him down, we should be good.
You need to be worried about the Notre Dame.
That's why in the fourth quarter, y'all don't stop him.
You need to be worried about the Notre Dame, Drake London.
Atlanta by
I'm not worried about him. I think he's good. I do, but I'm not worried about him. I feel like we can stop him.
Denzel Ward got him.
9 in the fourth quarter.
What about Brian Edwards and Kyle Pitts?
Brian Edwards.
I worry about Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts ain't did nothing all year for real.
Last game, he showed up. He showed up last game.
He showed up a little bit. Please don't make it seem like he had an amazing game. He did not.
That's who I wanted.
The Browns, though.
What you trying to say?
Browns got
I'm just saying he got a little room for improvement. That's all.
Browns don't have an awful defense.
No, but he got a little room for improvement.
Man, listen, like I said, don't act like Kyle Pitts has just been balling because he hasn't. He had his first good game last week.
Mm-hmm.
And who's
I want to see him back to back.
Mariota got to get used to getting him the ball. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's all.
They're coming to Cleveland, and I'm expecting us to be. I feel like they don't have enough weapons to where. We
y'all playing in the ATL.
I thought they was coming to Cleveland.
Yeah, no, it's in the Falcons, and they got Cordero Patterson out.
He's out.
Yeah,
we ain't worried about that. They in the ATL, sure.
Oh well, that's who I was worried. No, I don't know about that, Cliff, but that's who I was worried about.
Yeah, he's out. He's hurt. I can't remember what his injury is.
And the ATL shorty. They're gonna win by Atlanta win by 1.
No.
Okay, Falcons won by 1.
You with the tight game.
Hey, I said Dolphins by 1 and they won by 2.
You right. But you also said tie on the what game was that?
We ain't gonna talk about that.
All right, Les, who you got? Les and CT, Falcons, Browns.
Browns 17.
Browns 17.
Ooh,
they got kicker back. You know what I'm saying? Kicker back.
No, they can run it down their throat. I do think that the Browns can run it down their throat and really push that score up. But I don't see it being like that.
They don't have a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Run it down their throat.
Patterson's out, right?
Yeah, Cordell Patterson's out.
Anybody else out?
That hurt. That hurt.
Not that was a big. Not that I saw that was a big deal.
All right.
I do. And fantasy points say
it. And I mean, if Cordell's out, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the Browns. I'm gonna take Browns 10.
Okay.
If Cordell's out and Miles
Garrett's out, Njoku looking great too. If they run to do Njoku, that tight end spot.
Yeah, I like Njoku. I like him.
I'm going with the Fox. I'm telling you, I think Mariota's a little too dynamic, and he does have weapons that can hit.
Dynamic Mariota, you are.
Loves Mariota, man. He loves Mariota.
I like him in the Titans.
I've never heard anybody call Mariota dynamic.
What, you don't think he can run?
Raiders?
He can pass?
You just like him because
I mean,
no, I really like him because I'm an Ohio State fan, and I like the fight that he put up when he was with Oregon.
When he was at Oregon,
yeah, against Ohio, and that was him. That was just him.
That was raw.
Yeah, that was just him fighting to stay in the game, and that's when he opened my eyes up. And then when he went to Tennessee, it was like, yeah, he's doing a lot better than people are saying he is. It's just he doesn't have enough weapons. He doesn't have a line. He doesn't have weapons. It's Tennessee. And he was with Tennessee back when they didn't have shit.
Let me tell you something about Mariota. He was inconsistent. That's why they got rid of him. He was inconsistent. He'd get out there and he'd throw.
How can you be consistent if you don't have nothing?
3-4 touchdowns in a game, and then the next game come out and he wouldn't throw in, or maybe one. Like, he just was. You just never knew what you was going to get out of him. So at this point, I'm thinking like that inconsistency is getting ready to show up.
It's crazy that it's been 10 years, right? Since he's been in the league, and this is his real life first opportunity.
What's crazy is that he's still in the league.
Well, when you've been
this is not his real life first opportunity.
When you've been sitting for 8, this is his real life, because Tennessee wasn't his first opportunity. He didn't have anything in Tennessee. He had nothing in Tennessee.
Kind of on that Tyrod Taylor track.
No, I can see your comparison there, but I feel like now, like he will. Even when Tyrod came in the league, right? He never really had a solidified starting position. He didn't become a starter until later on in his career.
More like a Geno Smith.
Right. So Mariota was expected to be a starter from day one, which he was in Tennessee. Yeah. And he put up stats, even with the lackluster team that he had. And then he got hurt. And the fact that he got hurt, y'all let him go. It wasn't the fact that he was not producing. It was the fact he got hurt. Then he went to the Raiders and didn't get no PT whatsoever. I feel like this is his first opportunity to really show the world what Marcus Mariota can do. And he should be reasonably healthy considering the fact that he hadn't been in the game.
Well, speaking of lackluster teams, we're going to talk about what? Raiders, Broncos? Is that the next one?
Yeah, we could, right into it.
We talk
about bad defense versus bad offense.
Now listen, Broncos. I'm hoping that this is the Broncos' turning point. I'm hoping this is where we see Russell Wilson turn back into Russell Wilson. Although we didn't really tap into this, so I'm just going to throw it out there too. I'm going Broncos.
I mean, the Broncos are 2-1. Like, it's not like they're
No, they're just hard to watch. They're hard
to watch.
So at the end of the day, their schedule hasn't been that hard yet, but they're already very, very hard to watch.
Right.
But I'm going Broncos 10, and I actually feel like the coaching in Denver is terrible. Offensive coordinator, head coach, I feel like they got to go. I don't like their decision making. I think that they are going to run the team into the ground. Like, the team has the potential to win games, at least more, be at least over 500. But I think that if they continue like this, they're going to end up way at the bottom.
It's hard though when Russell was talking good about him, so it's hard for them to fire him. As a quarterback.
That's because Russell's smart and he's not going to create drama.
Yeah, that's not his MO.
Winning. I mean, they can only get better from here, I think.
Listen, Russell. At the end of the day, Russell knows that he does not have to talk down or cause any kind of controversy because they're going to hang themselves. That's how I feel. They're already hanging themselves. Like, people are already laughing at them. Like, but
doesn't that kind of equate to Russ as well?
Eli Manning. No, what did Eli Manning say the other day? Like, oh, they should have paid the punter $285 million or whatever they paid Russell. Like, no, people know. We've seen Russell. He's proven. So, to be honest with you, I feel like people know that this is a staffing issue.
I feel like he ain't got nobody to really throw it to.
I don't know if I agree.
No, he has people to throw it to. It's the play calling. Listen, get Shanahan in there. I guarantee you that team will look completely different.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think Russ is broken. I think the Seahawks broke him. I think all those years of having to deal with no offensive line and scramble and run broke his nerves to the point that now that he can sit around and wait a little bit longer, I'm not comfortable with it. I have to move. I have to get out the way. I think he's broken. I think that's the issue. I think the Seattle Seahawks broke Russell Westbrook. Or Russell Wilson.
I disagree. I think the play calling
is broke
terrible.
Russell Westbrook.
The play calling is terrible. Terrible play calling.
I agree. It's a coaching issue. Because I said that after seeing it this past week. They let Russ cook in the fourth. When the game was on the line, they let Russ cook. They let him alone.
So what's that? What's that? 1 quarter out of 3 weeks?
No, I'm just saying. No. My point is, it translates into progression on the field and a win. You see what I'm saying? Like, the play calling, the coaching, whatever the problem is, they need to sort it out. Because Russ got talent. He don't look like that, bro.
I think they want to be very, very conservative. Like,
that's what it is.
They want to play really conservative, and it's putting Russell in a box. Like, remember, even with the line that he had last year, he would still throw that mug up, and Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf would go get it. And I feel like they are trying a little bit with Sutton to do that, and maybe a little bit with Judy, but it's not there yet. And I don't feel like they trust it as much as when he was in Seattle.
Right. Well, Seattle has nothing to lose.
True.
Seattle ain't had nothing to lose since that infamous play call. Pete Carroll stopped giving a fuck after that.
I mean, at the end of the day.
But Broncos are up there. Like, Broncos, not only are they in a good division, but they were power ranked at 2 in that division. And now that it's like, you lucky that you got Derek Carr on the Raiders. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. You're lucky Derek Carr's on the Raiders, or the Broncos would be number 4 right now.
I think the Raiders get up.
I think the Raiders play like
in Vegas too.
For anybody that's ever run track before, the Raiders run to their competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how, like, when you run track, like, the faster you run against somebody that's faster, that's the fastest time you get. But when you run with slow motherfuckers, you usually don't get your fastest time. And that's usually how the Raiders play. I think that they will play to the Broncos level. And I think the fact that Russ has been so shaky, we see Raiders get that by 3. That might be their first win. Because they can't go 0-5.
I actually agree with you, and it's more that I can't see the Raiders going 0-5.
Right.
I think Raiders by 6.
Raiders 6.
Are they? Where are they?
In Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Las Vegas.
Oh, okay, that's helpful.
Raiders fans get crazy, still 0-3, no matter what. So it's gonna be a game.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of cars with milkshakes and piss. All kinds of shit thrown on them. If the Raiders lose again, man.
I know.
People, it's gonna be assault cases out there. Okay, so Mount Q, Les, and CT. You said Raiders, CT. What by what?
Touchdown in the field goal, so 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
I had Raiders by 3.
Raiders 3.
Who the fuck they playing?
The Broncos.
Oh, fucking shit.
Yeah,
that's tough. See a couple picks by Russ.
Fuck around. Let's a fucking tie. Fuck them niggas.
Oh, here he go with this tie shit. He gonna hit it one of these days, though. I ain't gonna lie. He gonna get that tie out.
They're both trash, bro. Nah, real shit, though. Get tie. Like, yeah, they're both fucking trash right now.
Who you got, Q?
For real.
Man, it's super tough, man.
Yeah, this is
Jesus.
And it's a rival game.
Man, fuck it, man. It's tight spread weekend coming up, man.
You gotta pick one, Q.
Broncos by 1.
Woo! It's close. Broncos by 4.
4?
There we go.
I'm going with Russ cooking. Some Raider meat. Whatever that is.
All right, well, I tell you what, I'm going to give y'all time to deliberate on this next one because this one's difficult as well. Bills, Ravens, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Bills, Ravens. Lamar going to tear them up.
We know who Les going with.
Well, defense ain't ready.
You already know Dirty Bird.
Ravens. Where are they? Where are they, Les?
They, shit, I think they in B-more. Go ahead, somebody pull it up. I'm working. But pull it up. I think they in B-more.
I think you're right.
They're in Baltimore.
Yeah. Because we played Miami at home too. But
That's a hard one. I want to go with.
Hold on, who's on the Bills though? What's the Bills injury report? You see, got Micah Hyde. Who else? That's important. That's
Johnson, the one corner. I'm trying to remember who else is out still.
You got to remember the 2 linemen that's injured as well. Deion Dawkins, Justin Murray.
I mean, that plays a part into what I'm going to say, but not really. I'm more concerned about the secondary just because I know Lamar's going to make some tough throws.
Well, you know you're going to miss one for the season in Hyde, I believe.
Yeah, Hyde's out for the season.
All right, so then some of the secondary. Did anybody else major out of the secondary?
Dane Jackson is questionable as well, and Cam Lewis. Those are both cornerbacks as well.
Yeah, Dane was the quarterback that fucking Tremaine Edmonds bent his neck backwards in that Titans game.
Their secondary is kind of beat up.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go.
Which means we just gonna turn up the heat. Lamar can't throw touchdowns from his back.
Before I make my pick,
did I miss picks?
Mike, how have you guys been doing against the run game?
Our run defense has been vastly improved over last year.
Dang. I gotta go with
you also got to take into account that a lot of their run offense on the Ravens end is from Lamar Jackson, so you can't account for a gap. You can't shoot a gap on Lamar. You know what I mean? You can't meet a running back at the 2 or the 3 gap.
But you have Von Miller and you have Greg Russo, both of whom are edge rushers and will keep him bottled up.
You think that
Lamar can't throw from his back? Bills by 7.
Les, did J.K. Dobbins play last game? So he's probably coming back this game.
He did play? I didn't see him, and he's back out.
27 on the field, man.
He's back out.
He's out this week? J.K. Dobbins is out?
Yeah, I saw an injury report today that said he's back out.
Everything.
I didn't see him in that game.
He just got hurt there.
I gotta go Bills, and I gotta
make sure because I don't want to fuck up anybody.
Who's that?
J.K. Dobbins.
Nah, he gonna play.
Let me make sure. I just wanted because
he's questionable.
Yep.
Chest injury.
Yep. And limited him in practice on Wednesday. Questionable for.
I'm gonna go.
And yeah, I guess he did play against New England. He had 7 attempts for 23 yards.
That's 7 on the field, man. I watched that game because they didn't have this weak ass Steelers on, so I could watch
that's concerning. That's concerning though, because 7 attempts, 23 yards. I mean that clearly means they were trying to get you the ball, but they didn't fulfill your quota.
Well, the Patriots do have a good defense now.
Yeah, I think I'm going Bills in this one.
I'm going Bills, but I want to give them. I feel like it's going to be a blowout. Like
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
I'm going Bills 17.
Okay.
I'm going Bills by 6.
Mark said Bills 6.
I don't like this when the whole suite picks my team. I don't like it.
No.
Right. That's when I just put a red line across the whole.
Hold on. I ain't picking them.
All right, good.
Picking them either.
I'm an AFC East hater. We going with Baltimore by 10.
I like that pick, Q.
Hey, Lamar going. I ain't guaranteeing this now. Lamar gets 2 rushing touchdowns.
I'm writing that.
Let's say Lamar ain't signed no contract yet, so he's still going crazy.
I give him 2 rushing touchdowns and still lose.
Nope.
Let's say Lamar by 13.
Nope. It's gonna be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
What's the over and under on the game?
That I'm not sure of.
Over and under would be, I got it right here for you. 51. It goes over that.
That's going over.
I agree.
That's going over. That's
51 total?
Yeah,
between the 2
total.
teams?
Yeah.
That's definitely over.
Yeah, I'm gonna put like dub. I'm gonna put a dub 50 on it.
35-28 Bills.
35-28 Bills. So that's by a touchdown, by 7.
Which is what I said.
I was thinking that exactly too. I was either thinking 7 or 4.
I was thinking 38-28.
Oh shit! Who'd you say, Les?
I'm telling you right now.
You asking Les who'd he say? Which one?
Whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah. Ravens. We'll do Ravens 10, 34-24.
Why y'all giving exact scores? We don't need the exact.
Right, and you be wrong anyway, so it don't matter.
Until I'm right.
Who you got, CT?
Ravens by 13.
Ravens 13. And who did I say? I said Bills either 4 or 7.
Pick one.
I'm going 4.
So Marcus Peters and Stephon Diggs gonna go at it.
I'm going 4. Okay, and the very last one, this is easy, and then we gonna do our hit the showers. Jags Eagles. I mean, the Jags been playing decent ball, but I don't know if it's been up to the level of the Eagles.
Hey, listen.
Eagles 10.
I almost want to say Jags because.
Hey, Cliff, that's not going to be the last one. You can't leave out the Chiefs and Buccaneers game after this.
Oh, I guess.
What do you mean? That's like the highlight game of the week, bro.
But I mean, that's old news, though. That would have been a
doesn't matter anytime you have
time game in 2020, but 20.
It's the 8 o'clock game. What are you talking about?
On Monday, yeah.
No, Sunday.
It's right, and it's Patrick
Sunday
Mahomes.
game.
Yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes against Brady. That's always
that's future goat against the GOAT.
But it's not what it once was.
That's your opinion.
Years ago, or
no, it's not even an opinion. It's just not what it once was. That was the 1 and 2 teams at one time. They're not even in the top 5 anymore.
I don't know, but I think it's gonna be an awesome one.
Well, I think they are in the top 5. I think it is Kansas City and Bucks, 4 and 5 in the NFL power rankings, but it's still not the same. I mean, we can throw it in there, but
let's go back to our original game we were talking about, because I want to say I'm going with the Jags because the NFL is unpredictable sometimes, kind of like that what was it, that Chiefs Colts game this past weekend?
Mm-hmm.
They could barely score first couple games, but then they come out and beat the Chiefs from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were winning from the get-go, scored first and everything. So I'm thinking the Jags versus the Eagles is going to be not like that, but I do think that the Jags will pull it off, and I think they're going to win by 10.
Ooh, shit.
The Jags killed the Chargers last week, too, so it was...
Ooh, shit. And Joey Bosa's out for the next at least 30 days with a groin surgery.
Jags get rid of Urban and they just turn shit around.
Yeah, they're looking all right. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I can go with the Jags, especially just from a defensive perspective. How do you stop Devontae Smith and AJ Brown? How do you stop Jalen Hurts with the run? And let's be honest, even though Malk doesn't like to give him his P's, Miles Sanders has been making plays to keep them in the game. Miles Sanders has been picking up them 3rd and 8s. I don't care what nobody say.
Doug Peterson might come with a game plan for them boys.
He will, but it won't make a difference.
I think I'm going to go Eagles 12 on this one.
Well, while you're writing, put me Eagles 6.
Why you writing?
So we got Malk, Les, and CT.
I got my squad by 14.
Okay, Eagles 14.
We're playing in Philly.
They finna 21 dub these boys easy.
So what you got? Eagles 20 what?
Fine right now, high for sure. I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
You said 21 easy. What is that? A 23-point victory? A 21? What are we looking at here?
21.
21. Okay. Because I do believe they didn't score at all in the second half. 24. It was 24. 3 in the first half last week.
For the Eagles, Washington.
No, it was 21-2 at the half. Because they got that safety in the fourth quarter.
It was like 21-0 for a while, and then it was like 28-2. I don't know.
I know y'all scored the 24 in the first half. Y'all didn't score at all in the second half.
Eagles 16.
Let's go.
I don't think Trevor Lawrence seen no defense like this yet. He gonna see something.
Right. Eagles 16. The Chiefs Bucks. Where's that at?
I don't know.
It might be in Minnesota. It was supposed to be in Tampa.
It's undecided right now.
Oh, okay. So there is no home.
A neutral site then.
Okay, so there's no home.
Well, you know them games in London, they gonna find an open field to use.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Hurricanes ripping through Southwest Florida right now.
Right. Okay. So Chief Bucks.
Category.
We'll add that in, and then we'll do our hit the showers. I'm going Chiefs on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Chiefs. After that. I'm going Chiefs by a touchdown.
Chiefs 14.
Okay.
Bucks by 2.
Bucks 7.
Mike said what?
Bucks by 2.
Okay, Bucks 2.
I actually think both offenses struggle, and more of a defense.
I think Chris Godwin back and Mike Evans is definitely back this game. So
Bucks by 7.
Chris Godwin's still questionable.
Bucks 7.
Is he?
Yeah, and they got Cole Beasley, but he's fresh off the couch from 2 weeks ago.
Man, Russell Gage looked all right, but yeah.
Who did I miss?
I don't know.
Did you say something?
I said Chiefs 14.
Okay, that's what I missed. Okay.
Russell Gage took some licks last week, though.
Yeah,
I had him.
You got mine, right, Cliff?
Yeah, you had Bucks 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Chiefs 7.
Chiefs 7 from Q. So we need Les and Coach Mike.
I said Bucks by 2.
Oh no, I got you. I'm sorry. So it was Les and CT.
I'm gonna go to Chiefs 10.
Okay, CT said Chiefs 10.
Bucks offense look a little shaky right now on the offensive line.
And it's gonna be.
And Brady ain't got Gronk this year. I know it feels a little different.
Chiefs 10. Right.
They got Cameron Brate. Cameron Brate been doing his thing here and there lately.
Stop it.
Chiefs 10.
Yeah, he does tight ends.
That's why they picked up Cole Beasley, because they was like, Cameron Brate's not doing it.
And then let me see something, because Les had predictions last week. He said that the Green Bay kicker gets the win. I know Green Bay won by 2. Was it a field goal involved in that? For the end of the game?
Did they win by 2?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so. I think it was extra points.
Yeah, the Packers beat the Bucks by 2 points. I just don't know if there's a field goal involved.
To win the game? I don't think it came down to that for some reason.
It was 2 extra points.
Okay. I just know Les said Green Bay kicker for the win. And then he also said Jets win with a 22 out of 40 attempts passing. That was wrong because the Jets didn't win, so I don't care what the attempts were. But yeah, that's it. That's all that I had highlighted. So who's our hit the showers and we out this motherfucker?
I'll take the first one. Isaiah McKenzie. Love you, dude. Love you as receiver. You gotta have situational awareness, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of bounds. You should have won that game with a field goal. You trying to get extra yards to get into Bass's range. Bullshit. Let him earn his fucking paycheck and kick the goddamn field goal. Get out of bounds. I make Isaiah McKenzie hit the shower.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
And I'm out.
Well, all right. Just make sure it don't cut all of us out.
I got you.
Okay. I'm going with Carr. Carr, hit them motherfucking showers. Prune your ass up. You should be pruned the fuck up in this bitch. Because you need to stay in them motherfuckers. Carr, hit them.
I'm gonna go with my New England Patriots, man. We got Brian Hoyer back at our quarterback spot again, man. We terrible right now.
And y'all went what? Y'all went -4 on defense on the fantasy football.
You can't do nothing right now.
Damn.
Hey, you know what? Hold on, Cliff. I know Mike got off, but for the pick'ems, we always do everybody's team, right?
Yeah.
We didn't do Chris's team, Patriots. Packers. I got Packers by 21.
We didn't.
Damn. That was quick.
Damn, he just wanted to add that in to seeing cuz. That's all that was.
I already had my. If you caught it this time, Cliff, at 9:40, I already put my stuff in the chat. I don't know, but it don't matter.
Chris, where did they play? Do they play in New England or is it in?
No, they ain't Green Bay.
Okay.
Green Bay by 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say Brian Hoyer make a miracle game.
It's rough.
I don't know why we keep signing Brian Hoyer back to this squad.
Yeah,
he's the only one that Belichick can curse at.
I'm going Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay 17.
Damn, we got the old defensive coordinator calling the offensive plays now. I don't know what he's doing over there. Matt Patricia, why they bring him back from Detroit? He went to Detroit to be the head coach. Brought him back to New England.
So Mac Jones is out.
He's crying to the locker room. He's out. There's no way he's playing. He was crying in the locker room.
Well, he was crying before he even came off the field.
Maybe he's just emotional.
Yeah, he might be an emotional creature.
They said he out for a couple of weeks. He's
high ankle sprain.
Yup.
A severely high ankle sprain.
I don't care.
The last couple, it was like at the end of the game too. I was like, man, it's crazy.
Hey, Belichick knows how to play against Aaron.
So you think that the Pats taking that?
I think Nick Folk takes that.
Nick Folk for the kick 6 field goals.
He might have 7.
What's that? 21? They're going by 21 off field.
Goddamn 21 right there. You're gonna get a lot of practice for the playoffs.
The Patriots get you in the field goal range, Steven. Get a field goal.
He can get you close to the red zone.
Guy been going off. Nelson Aguilar been going off.
Yeah, he been showing up. He been getting open.
Football at the end of the game.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's part of his makeup. He built like that. He gonna drop one.
We was gonna be in the game, right? We in the red zone.
Hey, look, Malcolm a Philly fan. He could tell you about Nelson. I'm just saying.
He has his moments though. Don't get me wrong, but God, dog.
I'm gonna take. I'm taking Belichick. I ain't taking the Patriots.
He said Belichick.
Yeah.
I didn't see too much already.
I thought you said you don't rock with your division.
No. That's not what I said.
I'm gonna take us by 3 though, like you said.
I said I hate the fucking Patriots.
The Pats by 3, like you said, Nick Folk at the end. We're gonna lock Rodgers down. I like his new little weapon over there though, number 8. Who Rodgers going to? What's his name?
Don't get me lying.
I don't know. Number 8.
Rodgers throwing to?
Yeah, he got a new little weapon.
He got Alan Lazard. He got.
You talking about Dobbs?
Dobbs, yeah.
Okay.
Dobbs in there though.
Green Bay?
Yeah,
he ain't got no weapons.
there.
They got Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Jones is there too. Crazy.
Green Bay don't have no weapons. They got
Aaron
Rodgers.
Sammy what?
He's injured, and they got.
we knew that. What year is he not injured?
They got Aaron Rodgers who will make it happen.
I'm taking New England by 4.
Me too.
Okay.
I just feel some kind of way.
And Chris, you said 3 or 4? Okay, 3. Okay. I'll get Mike's. Malcolm, you got what you said? You said what?
Wait, what?
You said it first. Green Bay by what you just found out Coolio died?
Bro, you tripping. I said mine like 2 or 3 times earlier. Packers 21.
Okay, 21. Okay.
Nah,
you just said it once and walked off.
Nah, my boy had too many Ishilas tonight.
And I'll get Mike's. Who else got hit the showers and we out?
Hit the showers goes to the NFL. I'm out of here because the Pro Bowl sucks and they changed it and it's been soft the past 10 to 15 years.
Oh, I can't believe they changed it.
I mean, I'm not necessarily against it, but
Man,
now it well, listen.
That was like the Super Bowl All-Star game, you know what I mean, like the NFL All-Star game. Now they just changed it all up.
I mean, but you can get hurt playing flag football too.
I mean,
and that's how you know the league is so soft now. God,
they weren't hitting. They've never hit in the Pro Bowl game.
Parsons.
I feel like them going to flag actually is going to be fun. Like you're going to, because it's a slightly different game. Like I think it's going to be fun to watch. And I think if they keep in line with the NBA and do a celebrity one as well, bring it somewhere in the US, they can start gaining some attraction.
Right. No, I definitely agree with that.
I know the ratings for that is going to be super down.
And listen,
you know
how much I would pay to see LeBron play flag football?
Oh, that part, yeah.
Yeah. If you do like the celebrity part, that's definitely going.
Yeah, that's where the fun come in.
Yeah, I will almost be more more interested to see what celebrities play and how they play over the actual game.
So yeah, NFL players out there really just not even really going hard.
And when you really think about it, if they ain't going hard as well because it's the Pro Bowl, and they ain't going hard as well in the regular season because of injuries, you've essentially made it a flag football game. So you might as well just no pad practice, show it on TV as the Pro Bowl.
I think the
thought would have been to just see your favorite players out there just go hard, you know what I'm saying, and just tackle each other, even on the offensive defense, you know what I'm saying? Like, them teams is crazy. It was just so hard to see them go all out. That's all I'm saying.
I think it'd be a good idea. I think we should give it a chance before we know.
I'm used to playing Madden.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Madden's time.
I agree. Who, Leslie, you give yours?
No, I'm doing it now. My hit the showers is, well, it has two parts to it. Ejectocito, cuz Derek Carr. He gotta go. He out of there. And two is the NFL, man, the no fun league, like Beast Mode said, aka Marshawn Lynch. Yeah, man, NFL, you getting soft. I need y'all to stop making so many rules. You're making this shit flag football, bro. We might as well turn this shit into the goddamn CFL and just put flags on people. You know what I mean? We gotta stop, man. Let these boys play, man. They knew what they signed up for.
Right.
And you know what I mean? It is what it is. Stop being soft. And pay Lamar Jackson. Stop playing with that man.
Yeah, definitely pay Lamar. Shit. Was that everybody? Because we about to wrap.
Nah. I got my fucking hit the showers. Jimmy Garoppolo hit the motherfucking showers. Y'all ain't see what that man did on TV? Y'all ain't see what he did?
Stepped out of bounds?
Yeah, when he... Safety?
No.
Yeah.
He went back an extra step.
Yeah.
That dude was like, thank you.
Packers 10.
Hit the shower, Jimmy.
I told y'all he was gonna be the starter by the end of the season.
I would have picked the butt punt.
Say that.
I would have picked the butt punt. Jimmy did it for me because he's a quarterback. So.
They pulled off the win though. They kind of
they got out the mix. Yeah.
They covered it up for him.
Shit, I ain't against it. But to wrap us up, you said what?
That buff thing, that fumble was. I mean, that punt thing was crazy. They was super backed up into the end zone.
I'm bullshitting. We wrapping up. We passed the hour at 2:30. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them to troll. We out this motherfucker. We'll be back next Wednesday.
Peace.
Peace out.
I'm bullshitting. We out.